Okay. All right. Now we're live. Now we're live. And you know what? We can have as long of a Patreon section as we want because apparently Brian doesn't like it when we have guests.
Brian hates the guests.
Thanks, Brian. We work really hard to provide a really nice show. And you're like, well, at least no guests. I'm kidding. I know what you mean, buddy. Hi, everybody. Hi, Patreon people.
Hola.
Yeah, we're here. We got nothing. We got Robert Henry and we got Brian Eovasius
in the chat
and
so far.
maybe two other people who are watching. Maybe not. I don't know. Let us know. How do we sound? Do we sound okay? Do we look okay? I can't really control how I look.
Oh, we always look good. You know that.
Oh, you know how it is. You know how it is.
Look at this shirt.
You know how it is.
Isn't this the most sick shirt you've ever seen?
Brian, it is actually awful. It's terrible. It's a terrible shirt. Anakin Skywalker is the worst character in all of Star Wars.
I'm replacing
all of Star Wars.
I am replacing you.
I would take an army of clone Rays, an army of Rose Ticos and clone Ray Palpatines. Palpatine.
I'm just gonna leave the podcast now. You can find a new co-host.
Hey, little Emperor. I don't know what that laugh was. I have no idea.
Channeling your inner.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
that's a good point. Here, Zach. Show off your shirt. No.
Okay, you don't want me to take it. You want me to show the shirt, not lift up the shirt.
Yeah. Although, I mean, we could make an OnlyFans type tier, I guess.
That is true. Isn't that sick though? It's basically the same as this pin.
It's a good shirt. I like it. No, it's a good. Where'd you get it from?
ICCC.
Did you get it from ICCC?
Yeah, at a booth from Enamel Empire.
I feel like there's one too many C's in that. ICC sounds okay, but ICCCC just sounds like too many C's.
It's technically, I guess it's Imperial Commissary Collectors Convention, which I feel like they should just do like Imperial Collector Convention, ICC, but maybe there was like a naming rights thing or something.
Could be.
So at like 5 o'clock, I got a package on the door.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is. Like legit.
Oh, it's from Entertainment Earth. So what'd you pre-order from there?
I don't remember. Like I have a lot of stuff on pre-order, so I don't know. And I don't remember seeing an email saying
I never got same thing happened to me. I got a shipment from them. No alerts. Just showed up on my door. Wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, so I figured am I allowed to answer a call from my wife on the Patreon intro?
We're in Patreon. Right. So as long as you're okay with Patreon people watching this.
Hello.
Hi, Zach's wife.
I mean, if you get a pizza, I'll eat some, but our leftover sausage and peppers. Oh no, that's all right. I appreciate it though. All right, but look at that. Wife of the year caliber. She said, I'm at Blaze. Do you want me to bring you a pizza home? I was like, no, I already ate.
No, that's good wife of the year right there. Although my wife is wife of the year, so I don't know how your wife can also be wife of the year. Maybe it's a regional thing, like a local thing.
That's true. All right, let's see what I got live on Patreon intro. I don't know what this is.
This is the finest edition. This is the freshest, finest edition.
I remember now. You're gonna be so pissed.
Why am I gonna be pissed?
You're gonna be so pissed.
Why am I gonna be pissed?
2 more, baby. 2 more. Let's go. I totally forgot I ordered these. That's amazing. I'm so hyped.
Oh man.
I got these for 17 each because they were
That's right. I remember you
box
saying
damage,
that.
but they might have.
Is there box damage?
There is. Look how clean that card is.
That's the cards that I got from Entertainment Earth this week were worse than that. And I had to pay full price for it.
I feel like they may have had 1, but then accidentally sold like 4 or 5. Because right when I ordered these, I went back to look for more, and it was sold out, like the defect version. So I feel like they just honored it, maybe, because these cards
those look fine. Absolutely,
the bubbles are in amazing condition.
Now, how many do you have? Pizza Hut 24 has a great question. And how many does that make?
Hey, we can do Stone Cold style. 1, 2, what? 3, what? 4, 5 clones, 6 clones, 7 clones, 8 clones.
You're a mad lad.
Also, speaking of, like, look at this. This is crazy. There was also at ICC, they had them for $20. So I could have got more, but since I got these for 17 each, because you'd be mad at me.
Why do you care if I'd be mad at you or not? I'm going to tease you about it, and then you can go on with your life.
No, I also don't need more than 8, I don't think. But look how big this thing is. This is the Lane Speeder Luke Jedi Temple thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is like the side, and compare it to a figure. Look how massive this piece is.
Speaking of massive pieces, when he offered that Jabba the Hutt's throne room for me, I didn't actually realize how big it was. And like, holy shit.
It's like 4 feet wide.
48 inches.
Yeah, dude. How are you going to get the space for that? You said you didn't have. Hey, you can make us the same size now.
I think I might be able to finagle some room for it, but damn, like I'm not going to say no to it, but damn.
Yeah, honestly, what you should do, go pick it up and then put it like straight on eBay.
Just put it on eBay?
like $450 local pickup.
Local pickup only. That's actually really smart.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna print that. I'm definitely gonna print like maybe the back of it, like the arc.
Sure.
And then if I ever get 4 feet of space that I'm like, hey, I know something that could go there, then I
have a spot.
Or maybe I'll do like the Han Solo wall or something. You know, but probably that back arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it would free up a shelf because, like, one of my shelves over here, the one in the darkness that you can't see, is like my Jabba the Hutt shelf, where it's got like the little thing to hang on that someone made for me to hang the carbonized Han, and it's got my Jabba the Hutt throne and stuff like there. So it would free up a shelf. I just have to figure out where it would go instead. But
is that like? Yeah, that's true. It would free up a shelf. You'd have more space.
Love would find a way.
You can find a way to display the 4 foot. Like you can just put it in your, I don't know if you have a garage or a storage room. You can do something with it.
I'll figure it out. Brian, the spot that I cleared out for the Rancor is long gone.
And it probably wasn't 4 feet wide.
It was not. The thing about the Rancor is it was not 4 feet.
Like those shelves at best are probably like what, 30, maybe.
Yeah.
26?
Yeah, no, I do. No, I've got a little 3x2 shelf over here. You could barely see the end of it. I think because that's what I have my Cantina band on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might fit on there. I'll probably hang over the sides, but I think it will fit on there.
Yeah. Did you? I know we'll talk about this later on the show, but so I'm not going to reveal the figures I picked out. But did you research for our activity at the end?
I did. I don't think I got to 5, but I got some.
I got 4, and I wanted to get more, but I was like, since I was feeling a little under the weather, I was like, I just want to take a nap.
Sure. You know what I kept doing is I kept defaulting to repaints instead of retools.
That's what
because repaints are so easy.
I know. I was like, oh, we could get this clone. Oh,
but at the same time, like, why isn't Hasbro doing more repaints? Like, there's so many repaints that Hasbro could be doing.
I'm honestly like the retools.
Yeah,
they're like, I'm kind of impressed with those because I was having a hard time. Like they said, if they sat me in a meeting, I'd be like, I got 4. And they'd be like, all right, well, we need 25 for the next
give me
2
20
years.
Yeah, give me 20 more. Yeah.
But I know whenever they make the parts, they make them knowing that they can potentially use these for other figures in the future.
Maybe, or they make them and then they go back and think, oh, we can do this with that.
I think
I want to know what comes first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's no way in 2014 when they made Jedi Luke, they're like, you know what? In like 10 years, we're going to turn this into Dr. Evanson's arms.
Yeah, that is very true. I feel like there are a lot of cases where they're like, yeah, we can
what they thought was we need arms. Who's got some plain
or something?
Who's got some plain ass arms that we can use?
I just wish I could go in their database and look through like all the files of like the ZBrush files of all the parts and stuff. That'd be so cool.
What they need is to make just like a kit bash program where you have like the 3D renders of all of the pieces,
like the parts,
and then you could kind of create your own, make your own out of pre-existing parts.
They should do that with Survivor so we can get all of our customization options.
100%.
That would be kind of sick.
So now this is actually a good topic for the show proper, and we're wasting it on Patreon members. Yeah. Wasting it.
Yeah, we have nothing to talk about Patreon members. So in the chat, if you want to suggest some stuff along the way,
absolutely nothing to talk.
We're gonna need
There's been zero news. There's been nothing going on.
We're so dry that we're gonna fill
dry
some time with that 20 minutes I did at ICC.
100%. In fact, I loaded the video so I can just play it in here. So it's already part of the video, and we can all just watch it.
Wait, that's what we're gonna do? We're watching.
Oh, we can. I've got it loaded. If we want to watch it, it's just right here.
Okay, I thought you just wanted to extract the audio and start.
Well, yeah, but then I feel like the people watching live right now don't get to experience it if I do that.
That's true, but that means I gotta sit through it.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes, dude.
That's true.
It's 20 minutes. Just go to the bathroom or something.
Okay, we'll have a halftime break where we just play that.
There you go. Yeah, I don't care about it. I'm not in it, so I don't give a shit about it.
That's true. I kind of feel like we should just plug it in audio, and they can just watch it.
I'll plug it in. I'll plug it in. So the people, unfortunately, the people watching live right now, you get to interact with us, but you're not going to experience this. but when I insert it in, I will put it back on with the, I always upgrade the audio and things like that. So you'll be able to watch it again on video when I re-upload the whole thing together. But Zach doesn't want to sit through himself for 20 minutes. And I somewhat get that, but also he's a big ass baby.
I've watched it like 3 times. Number one, I lived it.
Yeah,
Number two, I watched like the first half of it, and then I watched the first half of it again, and then I finally finished it.
That's fair. No, I get it. I barely even like editing my own videos because I don't like to watch myself. So I get it.
That's true. It is.
Yeah,
weird,
this would be a lot easier if I were a like a narcissist, where I just loved watching myself.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube people have to like watching themselves, right? Especially when they do the selfie cam a lot.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure.
Like I don't like watching myself, but
no,
I had to. I mean, I did enjoy it during all the vlogs and stuff. Like when I would pop in, I thought it was cool. So, but I'm ready to.
Yeah, we can get started. We got a little Patreon intro donezo for sure. I think we're good. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. You are the heart of our show. We would still do this without you, but it wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't be as fun.
That is
so you add to us just being here. You add to the show.
I agree.
Just existing.
And today's show specifically, we're gonna need some chat help on some topics and whatever. Because
as hard as your little fingers,
because it is dry. It's so dry that we have a TVC figure on our rundown here.
We can't even talk about Jedi Survivor anymore. Like nobody cares. It's all everyone's moved on to Zelda and Diablo 4 is coming out. Spider-Man 2. Oh my God, that trailer for Spider-Man 2 looked so good. I watched it like 3 times. I watched the 10-minute gameplay trailer 3 times. And one time I did it while holding a controller and pretending that I was playing it.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't do that.
I was about to say that's all.
I just thought about that right now. I was like, nah, that's stupid. I didn't do it. Anyways, so thanks for supporting the show. It means a lot to us that you do that. And yeah, we'll get started. I almost hit the end broadcast button
Well, that would be bad timing.
No, that would be bad
right when
timing.
we start.
Yeah. So, hi there, everybody. Waken. Welcome to episode 46 of Black Series Cantina. This is your host, Mike. And with me, I have my co-host, Zach.
Hello there. Glad to be back on another episode of Black Series Cantina. I can't believe episode 46.
Crazy.
Here. Do you know what red box figure that is? Because I don't. I haven't been keeping up.
You know, no. Well, first of all, we have a special guest with us today. It's a surprise. I actually didn't even tell you they're going to be on. I've been hiding it as a surprise this whole time. You had no idea that I actually got a guest for this show.
I'm
blind. They've been in the backstage. Only I can see that, so you can't see them.
Who do we have?
It's nobody. Absolutely nobody.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just us.
Wow.
It would have been cool though if I
you got me
had
excited
a guest
for a second.
I know. I got myself excited for it. Like, what if I did?
It was Patrick.
It was. Oh my god! If it was Patrick, I would actually genuinely love it if it was Patrick. I'm not gonna lie about that. Yeah, like, don't hate. You don't act like you wouldn't want to talk to Patrick.
I absolutely would. I think everybody would.
Everybody would want to talk to Patrick. We could ask him why Tala is being released twice in the same box.
We could. Yeah. Hopefully he'd be like, everybody's gonna buy it up. That's why.
Tala is their number one figure.
Popular in the case.
Absolutely.
Sure.
That's what it is.
But thanks for tuning back into Black Series Cantina, episode 46. Thank you all for the.
So I have the answer for
go ahead.
Who number 46 in the red box wave is. Released in wave 12 in the year 2017, we have Jedi Master Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi.
Nice. Yeah. The single box version.
The single box version, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
But thank you all for tuning into another Black Series Cantina. We really, really appreciate it. We have, I think we can, kind of cobble together up a decent show, even though there's absolutely nothing Black Series related to talk about, Black Series news or anything.
It's like they actively took Star Wars stuff away.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. There's nothing to talk about that we don't just make up on the spot right now.
But later on in the show, we are going to get through our normal fine editions later on. And I'll talk about my trip to ICCC here in a minute.
Yeah.
And then we have a sort of discussion / kind of activity we're going to do.
We have some plans.
We got some plans for later on the show. So we appreciate if you stick around.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we are going to rely on our chat this week because with news being so dry, I'm sure we're just going to go off on every tangent we can think of, and then
every tangent we can our grubby little hands can grab onto. So shout out to the people that are hanging out in our Patreon chat as we record. They are going to actively be contributing to wherever this is going to go. And if you want to join that in the future, you can head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Black Series Cantina. Again, we talk about this at the beginning because we don't advertise, except for we advertise our own Patreon. So we do advertise, but we advertise us because if you can't advertise yourself, like who can
you gotta sell yourself. That's like rule number one.
That's right. So they're all people who have joined a tier. Black Series. It's the Cantina Alien, and then band member. Cantina band. I'll remember it one of these days.
Band member is live.
Cantina band member, or our singular VIP. YouTube. Our VIP member, Wilbon, is also hanging out with us in chat. So, thanks to those people for supporting us live as we go. For the people listening to us, on iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher. Wherever you listen to us,
any podcast app,
any podcast platform, just thank you for doing so.
Brian just reminded me that it is Patreon payday today.
100%. It is Patreon payday. That's right.
Woo! I just looked at our total. Let's go. It's adding up, baby. We're going to Japan.
We're going. So yeah, just so everyone knows, we are saving all of our. Usually it goes to monthly costs because we have to pay for platform hosting and other stuff like that. But we've
Pre-orders.
decided, yeah, pre-orders. I wish.
Yeah.
But no, we're saving it all to send us to Japan for Star Wars Celebration 2025. So this is our Japan fund. So anyone that supports us at any tier on Patreon, whether it's the $2 tier or up, you are helping us get to Japan. And that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So if you do enjoy the podcast and you want to help us reach the goal of maybe at least half funding a Japan
something
trip,
like that. Anything is better than having, because we have to pay for tickets to go, but also tickets for hotel. When you have to get tickets for a hotel, right?
Flight.
Yeah, you got tickets for airplane.
Ubers.
So it's the whole thing. It's not free, and we're not cool enough for Star Wars to be like, hey, Zach and Mike, come to Japan. Like nobody cares about
maybe
us except for you.
Maybe by the time that rolls around, we'll be popular enough to where they'll pay for us to be press members.
Oh God, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about my trip to ICCC Con in Nashville.
Please.
So I was fortunate enough to hang out with our VIP Wilbon all weekend. I remember how last episode we talked about you never really know how somebody is in person, versus online.
Yeah.
But I can confirm he's an excellent guy. Would hang out with again easily. So Wilbon, thanks for joining me. But yeah, it was a great time. The Out of the Basement Boys drove down to my house. I would recommend checking out their vlog. I think they did like a half-hour vlog and you can see my basement from a new angle, and like the collection room, and we were like shooting some hoops in the backyard. It's just like dumb stuff, and then all around the con. I did buy a bunch of stuff, which we'll get into fine editions here in a minute. But I also got to hang out with 1313 podcast boys, Skywalker Hendricks, another Patreon member. Sure. He was awesome. Lucas Monster, friend of the show, we just had on a couple episodes ago.
Just had a face reveal on his own channel. So if you ever want to see what he looks like, you can go check out his channel. Yeah.
And I feel like I'm forgetting somebody or a couple people to shout out, but I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Hybrid Toy Reviews, hung out with him a little bit. So that was cool. We had like a nice solid group of 13 or 15 people to walk around the con with, and everybody would kind of disperse into like the groups that they showed up with, and then we would meet back up for a little bit, and then we would disperse and walk around again. So mostly me and Wilbon and the Nate and Justin walked around together, and they would meet up with a group. We met Ian McDermott.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
How'd that go?
I met him again.
Yeah, remember you?
He did not remember me, but we had an amazing nerd moment with Ian it's like burned in my brain. I would never, until the day I die, like this will go to the grave. I will never forget this. So it's VIP day at ICC Con, and Ian, there's no line whatsoever for Ian. We walk in the room, and there's one guy getting autographs, but he's got like a cart, and Ian's signing like 100 Funko Pop cases or something, you know? So you can just tell Ian's kind of tired of this guy.
Sure. Is he paying for all his signatures, or is Ian just signing them?
125 a pop.
How much is he selling them for?
You could just tell the dude was there to resell, because he just had a bunch of Funko Pop boxes, and they were all like folded up in a cart, and he was like grabbing them, and
the worst.
So you can tell you can totally tell that Ian looked up and saw like a bunch of nerds walk in that actually were there to meet him and get his signature rather than resell his signature. So he probably got a little excited, and we were all standing there, a bunch of nerds, and he goes like this to electrocute us. And like simultaneously, like a couple of us just started like just pretending we were getting electrocuted. So that was awesome. That was a cool moment. We did have a theory that Justin or Nate brought up, that we might be the first people to get the Return of the Jedi carded Black Series figure signed by him.
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah,
it literally
just
came out.
Yeah.
And when Ian looked at it, when he grabbed it, because Nate was the first person in line.
Wow.
Yeah, Ian grabbed it and said, "Oh, this is
and
new."
bent the card back.
something like that. He was like, that must be new, like a lot of detail. And you can go watch the vlog. That's all on the Out of the Basement vlog. So I'd recommend doing that. Go watch all the vlogs. Lucas Monster has a good vlog. 1313 and Skywalker Hendrix, they all have a pretty good vlog. Look at who made it. Lance Speeder Luke made it live. He never makes it
Lance
live.
Speeder Luke's live.
Yep.
Speeder Luke.
The only thing missing from ICC Con was you and Luke.
I was going to say, you better say me. I'm going to be honest. I regret not going in so much as like watching you guys take pictures and send videos and stuff in our little chat. It looked like a lot of fun. I would have had a lot of fun. I somewhat regret because I got tickets. Like they sent me tickets because I'm cool.
You got the press pass, yeah.
I am cool enough to get a press pass. Honestly, it felt good. This is, being a YouTuber since like 2016 and here in 2023 is the first time I've gotten like a ticket to go to something like that. Like a convention, like a full convention pass. Anyway, so that felt good, even though I didn't take advantage of it. But when you offered to use Patreon funds to fly me out there, I almost took you up on it. I was very close, and part of me regrets.
It would have been a blast. It would have. Yeah, we
maybe
Mike.
Next year. Maybe next year.
It is just hard. Like I know we talked about this, but we were only there for all of Friday and Saturday, and we left Saturday night. So, just because I feel like Sunday, it's a smaller con, so it kind of gets repetitive even like Saturday whenever you look at everything.
Yeah, it's just a lot of money to go somewhere for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had like amazing local barbecue. Like all of us went to the same restaurant, and it was absolutely fantastic. So I can't wait to do that again next year. There were a lot of Black Series and TVC booths. I'm not gonna lie. Well, like 3.75 booths. I'm not gonna lie. Looking at all those Revenge of the Sith boxed 3.75 figures, they got me feeling some type of way. I got close to buying like a couple of them, but I didn't do it. I saved the funds.
I know you bought some. I saw the pictures.
What do you mean? No. I was holding stuff from Nate.
For a friend?
I was holding stuff. Those 3.75s were not mine, I can guarantee. So I'm not a fraud.
I feel like this is when your parents find a joint in your room. You're like, oh, it's not mine, right. Mom. I was holding it for a friend.
Like I was the smart one that brought like one of those reusable grocery bags. Those like
the canvas bags.
Yeah, the canvas bags. They have like the square bottom.
Those are required here in Southern California. Like they don't give away bags.
Oh wow, that's neat.
Here, yeah. Well, if you can buy bags, it's like 10 cents a plastic bag here now.
Yeah. So I was a smart one to bring one of those and not shove everything in a backpack that I bought.
No, that's smart. That's smart of you.
But everybody they'd buy something, they'd be like, "Oh, you got room in your bag?" Yeah.
And then, for $5.
And then they try to expose me by taking a video or picture of like some TVC in my bag. I can't get got that easily. But I did almost buy the one I had as a kid where I probably still have it in a bag somewhere in my dad's storage room, like shed or whatever it is, but not like sealed. But I almost bought like it has the Anakin and the burnt Anakin. And then the other one with the operating table.
Yeah, the evolution thing or whatever.
Yeah, I got close.
I remember that.
I got close to buying that, but I did not.
Okay, so hold on. So you had a moment with Ian. Was that the whole moment?
That was the moment. Yeah. He like buzzed us, and then we pretended we were getting electrocuted. And
I thought it was gonna be cooler than that.
I can die. That is the coolest thing of all time. That is the coolest.
I'm kidding.
You have not been electrocuted by the Emperor.
It's true. No, I have not. Were there any other cool stories, things that you did or saw? People that you ran into?
All the droids were insane.
Yeah.
Femi Taylor looks fantastic. Like she does not look like she's 62 in person.
Is that the Ula?
That's Ula. Yeah.
Did you give her Moolah?
We all wanted to. Nate inconvenienced her. He was in her way, and she was walking behind him. I had to like move Nate. Gotta Femi's way.
Nate.
You know,
Nate. Clone Command is also here, just so everyone knows. I'm keeping a running tally of the people that show up in our chat.
Appreciate all the support.
Yeah.
But yeah, the droids, like the droids they built, for like all the Robotron,
like the real droids, like the full motion,
the ones that actually work and make sound. Like the R5D4 had the bad motivator busting and like steam coming out and lights and arms everywhere, and there was a BB-8 unit there, which was awesome. I didn't see. I was kind of looking for a Lola, and though I didn't remember seeing the one from Rise of Skywalker, Dio.
Yeah.
But they even had the one from Andor, B2 Emo.
Oh yeah,
they already had that one there, which is insane. Like the turnaround time on that.
He might be my favorite.
I love the up and down, and he can hide and pop in and out.
So I mean, you have So you have R2, obviously. You've got Chopper.
Chopper was there.
You've got BB-8.
He was there.
You've got Dio, and then you've got B2 Emo. I would say those are like the core, like droids from Star Wars that are like the cute, plucky, like sidekick droids. I wouldn't count like 3PO or like K2SO because they're more like actual characters because they can talk.
Yeah. Well, B2 can talk.
I guess that doesn't put him in a different thing. But he's not humanoid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like if your dog could talk. He's like, where are you going?
Yeah, exactly. It's very basic talk. Yeah. He doesn't have the sass that K2SO has. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Like Chopper and R2 have that sass. You just can't understand a word they're saying.
Yeah. So, we also.
What I did there was I filled time. I was like, you know what I can do to fill time is I can just list robots.
We need it. We need it today for sure. And I did get approved like the day before we went or whatever. Realized that we got approved for to the podcast stage.
Right, but they approved you for Sunday, which you wouldn't be there for.
Yeah, so fortunately they were able to put me for 4:30 on Saturday, which worked out nicely because we could walk around the con, go to the panels, and then do it at the end and leave after that. And
you know who didn't show up for his Sunday appointment?
Landspeeder Luke.
Landspeeder Luke, man, they gave you time. They gave you time, buddy, and you didn't even show up.
I forgot to tell him that he wasn't showing up either.
That's hilarious. That's honestly really funny.
So I could just imagine they're like, "Oh, Landspeeder Luke's up next," and then the crickets.
Brian Eovasius actually points out that Dio can also speak basic.
That is true.
But his basic is very similar to B2 Emo's, where it's like kind of broken, like very basic broken.
Yeah,
basic whatever. Basic is the name, but it's also the level in which he was doing it. He was so basic that he was wearing Uggs and drinking a macchiato.
Yeah, well, Luke should have taken it. I'm not sure if he 100%. Stayed all Sunday, but he probably did. I'm not too sure.
Knowing Lukeness, he stayed. He's probably still there. He doesn't want to let.
He probably is.
He doesn't want to let the good times end. He's there, looking for a scoop. When's 5's coming out?
Yeah, he actually did give us. He was handing out these cool figure stands with his logo.
Oh, that's fun.
Which was pretty sick. So everybody said they're going to put their 5s on it since he's
you got it
on the 5s train.
Lukeness Monster, if you want to send me one to my P.O. box, I wouldn't mind having one either. Just throw that out.
He had a good amount. I'm not sure if he got rid of them all. But yeah, ICCC Con was a blast. Anybody, if you're in the area or even like an 8-hour drive, I think it's worth it for the weekend. You can get some. Is
that your limit? Like with an 8-hour drive, like you wouldn't fly there.
I mean, I would fly you there because we had a good time. We had a pool party.
That's just mostly to hang out. I know you guys had a pool party. That was like fun. Yeah,
we did have a pool party. I'm not gonna lie, I was miserable the entire pool party
because I wasn't there.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, I wish I could just have Mike hold me right now. Well,
I am a good cuddler. I'm super good at cuddling.
Well, number one, I'm not like a water person. Like I don't care to be in water. Number two, it was cold and I'm like very skinny. So it has to be extra warm for me to be comfortably warm in a pool. And for the like 2.5 hours, I was kind of miserable after like the first
That makes
15
sense.
minutes.
Yeah.
And so I would like get
There
up
wasn't like a hot tub or anything?
the hot tub was broken.
Yeah. No.
But we did have some drinks flowing before that, which was cool. We took some drinks down to the pool. But what I would do, they had a bathroom right next to the pool. So I would go in and I would pee. And then whenever you get back in the pool, it felt really warm because it was so cold.
You're
So
cold.
I would just keep getting out and getting back in. So
that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah. But I was so happy whenever, I think it closed at like 9 or 10. But whatever time it closed, I just remember being so happy that we were all leaving the pool. But yeah, it was fun. I had a good time, except for the pool. I was miserable. Not the whole time, but after the first like 15 minutes.
This is riveting.
Yeah.
I love this. Tell me more about the pool. How was the chlorine?
It was sharp. It was sharp.
Sharp. Like a cheese.
Yeah. But I am ready to talk about what I purchased from.
Sure.
ICCC
Yeah.
Con,
What did you do? Regales. I'm dying to know what
do you want to
got.
go first on Fine Editions?
No. I want you to go first.
Okay, I'll go first on Fine Editions. So I'll start with. I do want to show this what I 3D printed for us. The bone.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You're gonna throw me a bone.
Should I reprint this at 25% instead of 30%?
It does look a little big. It looks a little big.
You see the Luke back there holding it?
Yeah, it looks.
I was
gonna say that. I was gonna say that when he showed me a picture. It looks a little big.
I think, and it only took like 2 hours to print both of them at the same time. So
okay, so that's not bad.
Yeah, and I have plenty of white filament, so I think I might do 20 or 25%.
Yeah.
And then with mine, I'm probably gonna try to dry brush it like brown on the edges or something. Give it a little gray and like brown on the ends.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where to start because I got so much stuff.
Go in chronological order, please.
Okay, I don't even remember.
Oh my God.
I do want to show off these cool pins I got. Hang on, I got to mute myself. I got to cough. I'm sick, people.
You got the con.
Hopefully
club?
I don't get. Yeah, hopefully I didn't get the COVID at the con. But I got these sick enamel pins, which I'll show off this one first. It's like a tiger shark. Let's see if I can get the focus. It's like too bright. It's the tiger shark lat gunship, which is sick. And then I also got the Darth Vader pin, which I feel like I needed this. And I got the shirt, which if you're watching video, you can see. Now to get into the figgies. I had $10 left on Saturday in cash. And the guy had this loose in a bag, the off-road Jawa for $15. So I opened them all and I said, I got $10 left. If you'll take the 10, I'll take this off your hands. And he gladly accepted. So I got an off-road Jawa now. This one I never picked up. And I really like it. The leg, I didn't realize it was a lot better than the original Jawa. This is pretty sick.
It is.
Like it's got legs and the soft goods is nice. I'm a fan. Ooh, do I want to go cheap or loose pickups? All right, well, on the Patreon intro, I did randomly get a box, and I picked up 2 more 501st Archive clones. So that gives me 8 now for my Jedi Temple March display, which I think is plenty. So hypothetically, I should be done with the 501st Archive clones now. But that's to be determined. You never know.
Never say never.
There were plenty of $20 ones at the con, which... maybe thinking back, maybe I should have grabbed a couple of them for giveaways because it's an awesome figure. Everybody loves it. $10 pickup. I got the Guavian from The Force Awakens, which I think
I like that figure. It's not.
Yeah, he's pretty sick.
He's a good background like dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the red and the black, which is really cool. Yeah. The 2 weapons and. Just the overall design is pretty sweet. I've been wanting this, and so for $10, I had $60 worth of stuff I was checking out. Like I was like actively purchasing from the vendor, and then Wilbon pulls this out and it's like, wasn't somebody looking for the Guavian? I'm like, oh, that was me. Hand it over, and then it made my total 70 from that vendor. So thanks, Wilbon, making me spend an extra 10, but well worth it. Guavian Enforcer. Nothing better than a good $10 pickup. Look at this. One of the steals of the day. $20 Mimban Trooper.
Wow.
Like,
look at that.
Get out of here with that price. $20. This thing is like 45 to 55 on eBay. Easy. Like, Walmart exclusive. This is like difficult to get these days. And I saw it for $20. And there were more. They had multiple of these for $20. I think Lucanus picked one up. Wilbon might have snagged one. Easy pickup. $20 is insane for that. Super stoked. So pretty much everything I got like an amazing deal on. $30 total for the Zuckus and Forlom 2-pack. Like, tell me this isn't amazing. And they're both sealed.
No, yeah, the whole thing is that's good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull them out here, but I am gonna open them, of course. But I do like the throwback to the missing name, the wrong name, original.
Yeah. You know what's funny? It's one of the things that people.
Damn you, Hasbro.
They're like, Hasbro messed up the names. How could they do that? Like they're blaming Hasbro for their own ignorance. Essentially, is what's happening.
But I've been wanting this 2-pack for a while. It's been in my list on Amazon for a while. I think it's like $40. And then at my local comic shop, they have it for like 40 or 50. And I've been eyeing it, watching the price. And then it's one of those ones where I knew I would eventually buy it. Even at 40, it's a great deal, 20 for each. But I saw it for 30. I just had to get it.
Sure.
What else here? Another amazing pickup. I got the original Purge Trooper from Fallen Order for $30.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that one was hard to get.
Yeah, this thing also goes for like over 40, 50 now. So it's,
if I remember right, when that was originally, it was a GameStop exclusive, and the only way to get that was to pre-order the game for a little bit.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I'm $30 though in hand. Like, I just had to get it. There was no way, and I've been wanting it for a long time because I only have the one with the Electro staff.
Right.
And I needed the other one to actually have like a little squad of them now. So excited about that. You're not going to like this.
Is this the one you said to be mad about?
You hate this figure. But bam.
I'm not mad at it. I just don't think that people... I think people give too much credit. I think people overplay its importance.
So this is the Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi in the red box. I believe it was a Walgreens exclusive back in the day. The only thing I don't like about this figure is it doesn't have like accurate hair to the show. He should have the long hair from episode 2. And I know you can't just head swap him because the ball joint is different.
The ball joints are different, yeah.
So you have to you have to work that a little bit. So it essentially is the old like clone body with, and that's why the articulation is so bad. But yeah, it is cool. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it in the box or open it. If I open it, I am going to buy a head that fits it, that is the right hairstyle, because that's important to me. But it is an excellent Kenobi sculpt, like episode 3 style Kenobi. So maybe pop that on something else and try to get that on the archive version somehow. But so I just can't decide if I'm going to open it and try to do that, or if I should just keep it sealed. And it was only $50, which was an insane deal. The guy, the vendor, for this figure it is, because
I guess no, you're not wrong. I wouldn't pay that much for it. Yeah,
current secondary market is like $75. So when the guy said 50, I was like, "You're out of your mind. I'll take it easy." So yeah, easy pickup. And then second to lastly, I finally got it. $60 loose and complete. I had to get the Slave Leia for the Jabba display. Absolutely had to pick it up. There was this one booth. They had $200 sealed for this figure. And then we walked around a corner and there was a sealed one that was in a hard container that was graded a 9.0 sealed, and they had it for $200. So that booth was like on some shit. But I found this list.
It's so crazy that figure was a peg warmer back in like
For so
2014. For so long. People couldn't get rid of Slave Leia.
Yeah.
Could not, and would not get rid of her because nobody wanted her because she wasn't a good figure. But here we are, 10 years later, $200. Oh.
Yep. So yeah, Wilbon, I was waiting in line and he messaged me on Instagram saying that he found a loose version for 60. So I walked right over there, picked it up, and I wouldn't have bought it online for that. Maybe
It's different when you're in person, 100%.
it's different when I got the cash on me in my
different.
pocket
You're at a convention.
at a con. Yeah.
You know, it's a different energy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just need it for the display. Like I have the whole
Sure.
damn sled, you know.
Yep.
And if I'm gonna 3D print the arc from Luke and whatever side pieces I end up doing,
Where's your Skiff Guard Lando?
he's over there. He's behind the
Okay.
pole.
Oh, is that what? Okay, I see him. No, I
Yeah,
see him.
yeah.
All right, I see him back there. I was like, I know you have him. Why isn't he on your shelf?
Yeah.
Where's your Return of the Jedi Boba Fett?
He's flying.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah,
All
these
right.
are both Return of the Jedi.
They're both
These-
Return of the Jedi. I
these-
see. Yeah.
This is hard.
Yeah.
You move my hand like
Yeah,
this.
it's because it's backwards.
Those
I see
two.
it.
Yeah,
I see
those-
it. No,
yeah.
I see all of it. I wasn't. My eyes weren't going that far over because I was focusing on the sled,
Yeah.
the empty spot where Jabba should be.
Yeah, so that's an excellent pickup for
For
my
sure.
Jabba display.
Yeah, for sure.
Super excited about that. And then lastly, you got to show off the Emperor Palpatine Ian McDermott's signature on the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary
what does
of
it
Black
say?
Series. I had him put "I can feel your anger" on this one. Last year I had him do "So be it, Jedi." But like
I love that the bubble is like pressing his hood against his head.
I know it's so bad. we were whenever Out of the Basement Boys were over, we were comparing
Mhm.
our one of the things we compared, if you know what I'm saying, it was our Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. You compared to
Emperor
other things too,
Palpatine's.
right? I
Yeah,
get it.
we compared some other stuff.
Yeah.
But mine, the hood is pulled down so far, it just looks like he's wearing a do-rag, and it's
It
awful.
does.
But Justin showed too much head, and Nate's was like a good balance of too much head.
So Nate's was
showing
the
and, like,
baby
no
bear
head.
of the group.
Nate had a good one. Nate had a
Yeah.
good one, but mine is like he just wearing a do-rag.
So you all
But,
paid. You all paid to have him sign your figures.
Yes. Yeah. So Ian made a shit ton of money this weekend. That is
100%. Like you, the four of you were worth the con, or three of you, I guess, were worth the con for him.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
there.
he definitely made his money back from flying.
Oh,
over
besides that
from-
other guy, the other guy,
That
had
other
him
guy
signing pops.
paid for his next vacation for sure.
Right.
Easily. But yeah, that was an amazing haul. If anybody wants to go look at sort of a recap I did on the prices, you can go check out my Instagram and TikTok. I posted a video of all my pickups and the prices. So yeah, I had an excellent time. It was
Sounds like
fabulous.
it.
I cannot wait until next year.
Like I said, I regret not going. Honestly, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Of course, I said that last year, but I was a lot closer to going this year than I was last year. So maybe next year is the year where I'll finally go. Who knows?
That is true. Maybe we should fly
knows?
out for San Diego Comic-Con or something.
100%. We should do that for next year.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any fine additions for this episode?
I do, actually. I do. I got kind of what we were talking about at the beginning. Entertainment. I ran a random box from Entertainment Earth. Like no email, no notification. Just on my doorstep one day was a box from Entertainment Earth. And I was like, what is this? Because, I've got so many things on pre-order from them. It could, it's all Star Wars, but it could be anything.
Yeah.
But it was basically just the next wave of retro figures. So, of course, I've got. I guess I should make myself big so I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Excuse me. I feel like I'm stepping over you. There we go. I do have the Chewbacca. Ooh, let me turn on a light. It's really dark.
Yeah, that's dark, bro.
There we go. Okay. So I've got the mighty Chewbacca from Return of the Jedi here. He's got his little chain thing. I'm not going to name names. But hold on. Look. I don't know if you can see
look
it.
at
It's
that
picking up.
card. Look
The
at the
card is awful. There's a big old crease all the way down here. It's not really picking up on camera, But like you specifically bought those 501st figures as bad cards or whatever. And you're like, I don't care. I'm going to open them, and they're pristine.
$17. So I think for the people not on our Patreon intro, I bought those two 501st archive figures. They were $17 on Entertainment Earth as defective, like box damage. And they get delivered, and they're like the most pristine archive cards I've ever seen. They're perfectly straight. The bubble is perfect. The tape is perfect. Everything about them is just awesome. And you had to pay full price for.
I paid
the beat up card.
Full price for one of the worst cards I've ever gotten. And it's not even like it came in a bag like it would from like Walmart or something. It came in a nice box with lots of padding and stuff. But it's a terrible card. But I just opened. I'm gonna open them anyway, and I haven't opened them yet. So I figured, why not? Why not open them and give you my
live reaction?
These are.
Are you gonna alt the chain a little to make it longer?
I've seen people post about that. I'm probably not going to. I'm gonna be honest.
I believe it was H-Town Ray.
H-Town Ray.
Remember, he did a really good one.
He did. He did. I don't think I care enough, honestly. Like, it is what it is. I get it. The head sculpt is it weird that's the only part I care about?
No.
All right.
I care about it not having shackles.
It is weird that he doesn't have shackles. But so this is opening up a different can of worms, but we're scrounging for topics today. So let's talk about social media for a second and see where you stand. Someone, I'm not naming names, I don't want to call anybody out, but on one of the many Facebook groups that I'm in part of for Star Wars: The Black Series, someone posted the other day of saying, like, this Chewbacca, didn't he not have his bandolier in the scene? Like, why does he come with his bandolier? And, everyone's response is like, yeah, no, he had his bandolier on. Like, what are you on? He's got his bandolier on. And my response was, you could have just gone and watched the scene.
Or type in on Google.
Yeah, just like Google it. It takes like 30 seconds. Instead, you post you post this on Facebook and just have like 20 people tell you that you're wrong, making you look ignorant. Like why wouldn't you just go look yourself instead of feeling like you got this gotcha? And like, he's like, well, I just like to have the dialogue. So, people jumped on me for having that opinion, for saying like, well, it's social media. That's part of the thing. But like, for me, like, if you have a question and it's an easy to answer question, that's not creating dialogue. That's just you relying on people to educate you when you could literally just type that exact same thing
on Google
into Google and get an answer immediately. So like, what are your opinions on this? Like is that level of asinine question okay? Is it encouraged because it encourages dialogue in that, or am I wrong about this? Like, am I being overly sensitive about this?
I wouldn't say so. I think like social media is good for people to have dialogue, but at the same time, the dialogue, it's better whenever it's productive and not something you can just get it. Like, you can literally, for things that aren't like exact, the dialogue is good, but that guy could literally just go look at a picture and have his answer within 5 seconds.
On a similar vein, which I felt was a much more productive conversation, a conversation in which I'm still right about, mind you. But someone last night was complaining that the new Stormtrooper molds don't have a holster, and especially they come on the. It's okay for things like Rogue One where they don't have holsters, or Mandalorian they don't have holsters, because none of the new Star Wars Stormtroopers have holsters. But if you go back to the OT, I would say most of them do. But the thing is, not all of them do. And the guy was arguing with me over, he's like, no. If it's OT, they all have holsters. And I'm like, I can show, it took me like 30 seconds to go. I typed in A New Hope Stormtrooper, the opening scene of the Stormtroopers going on the Tantive 4. Some of them have holsters. Some of them don't.
Some of them don't.
Yeah. You in Return of the Jedi on Endor, some of them don't. So that's a good example because that's a real example. The example I used, however, was the scene where the Emperor is landing, and apparently all the stormtroopers in that are matte painting. So the person that painted it forgot to paint on the holsters. And I'll give them that. Like, yes, that is a whole platoon of stormtroopers without holsters, but that's like a mistake on the artist's part, not like a choice that, like, you know, Lucas made, like no holsters for these guys. But it is a whole platoon. At the same time,
like, even mistakes in Star Wars are just like on screen and canon. So
exactly. So there are multiple examples of stormtroopers in the original trilogy from multiple movies. It wasn't like it was a one scene, you know, mistake. We're like, I think the stormtrooper that shoots Princess Leia in A New Hope with a stun, I think he's missing like the vents on his helmets or whatever. But like, that's clear. It's like a one-off mistake, you know, a production error for that one damage costume or something like that. Exactly. But like, there are legit stormtroopers, not just one or two, but like a bunch that just don't have holsters, but people just don't want to acknowledge they exist. Anyways, it's stupid.
He doubled down too, argument. Right? When
he did. He doubled down. Well, he moved the goalpost by saying, well, you know, that's just a production error. That's not real. I'm like, what? But I'm looking at it. It's in the movie. Yeah. So you wanted me to show you evidence. I show you evidence, and then, but not that evidence. That evidence doesn't count. Anyways, you know, no hate. It's fun dialogue. We're in the end, we're arguing over movie details and toys, which is the most pedantic argument you can have on the internet.
First world issues.
100%. This is stuff that does not matter. But to me, kind of example, like that's a much more understandable argument. Like minute details there versus just a blatant, like, was Chewbacca wearing this in this scene? Like you can, you know which scene, you know how to watch the movie. Like you, like scouring movie scenes for looking for tiny things. I get not doing that or not seeing them or not even knowing where to start. But like for a very specific example of like Chewbacca's bandolier, like you can just go look at that. You know where he's wearing it. You know.
Agree. I agree.
All right.
I agree.
Anyways, so that was the one thing I got. The next thing is the aforementioned stormtrooper. So I did get the stormtrooper here. I mean, part of me didn't.
Just rip that shit open.
No.
Stop with the X-Acto knife.
No.
Rip it. Just out here.
I got it. No, I got. Yeah, you rip yours too. This is what we're doing. We're unboxing. This is the unboxing.
That's how you do it.
This is the unboxing Black Series Cantina.
And then you take the card that it comes in, right? And then you do this.
Yeah. And you just toss it.
You toss it.
All right. I'm not going to save these cards. So you got a point. Oops.
Dude pulled out an X-Acto blade.
I did.
And you take the plastic and you toss it.
What I gotta do right now is get the blaster out of the little plastic prison without breaking anything off of it.
Yeah, don't you miss the PFP right now?
I honestly do.
Right? See, now you're struggling with this plastic prison that blaster is stuck in.
I hate it. All right. So anyways, I don't care that the stormtroopers don't come in blasters because or the holsters, I mean. I do care that they come with blasters. They should. But who displays their stormtroopers with their blasters holstered? Yeah, at what point are you looking at stormtroopers in any Star Wars, medium, movie, whatever, where they're not holding their blasters, You never see a stormtrooper with free hands.
Yeah, I can't think of one off the top of my head. At least on my shelf, if they're not holding their blaster, they're holding another weapon.
A different weapon. So, that's the only time I ever will bond. RIP PFP 2023 to 2023. We should make that another shirt.
But a shirt, our next Rancor style shirt. Yeah. PFP packaging.
I love this mold. This is such a good mold.
The Stormtrooper body 2020 is
the
flawless.
2020 Stormtrooper body is so good. That's why I didn't mind buying another one. And when it comes out in the archive line, I'll buy another one there too, because it's just such a good mold that it's worth owning multiples of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm also glad that they seem to have I don't know, we'll see better whenever we get it in hand, but we seem to finally have a good clone mold that they're gonna be consistent with going forward, because it does suck we have so many different types of clone bodies.
Yep.
But now, hopefully, going forward,
one unified clone body. Yeah. So one of the things I didn't talk about, I forgot to mention last week in the last episode on that ZBrush thing. They referred to that clone body as a 3.0 clone because of so many changes. It has actually a rubber overlay chest, kind of like the Boba Fett's do, and I think that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Helps for altering later on if they need.
There you go. And then lastly, I did get a Poplu.
Look at that.
I got a Poplu.
Where was this from again?
This is Entertainment Earth. Yeah. So I got these last week, just randomly. Like I said, no email, no nothing. Just a box on my doorstep that was from Entertainment Earth. And the box is a little beat up, kind of like yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was not expecting a package today. I totally forgot to order these 2 clones.
So this is my second Poplu, but it's been this long. I guess I'm not going to open up the other Poplu I have.
I mean, yeah, at this point you should just keep that set sealed.
Yeah, right.
It's
although part of me wants the speeder bike out of it.
The bike.
Yeah.
All right. How about you open it for the bike, and then give me your Poplu?
Oh, okay.
That sounds like a deal to me.
I said okay. That's legally binding.
I'll trade you this Doc Onder set that I have for myself.
Well, you said you were already going to send that to me. You can't go back on. You can't go back on that.
I haven't mailed it yet, so I changed my mind.
You can't do that. I have witnesses.
I'm pulling.
You
it out
already
of the
talked
podcast.
about it when we were talking to Sarah Lynn Reynolds, and you can't do that to Sarah Lynn Reynolds. Come on, man.
That's true. Speaking of Sarah Lynn Reynolds, I hope everyone enjoyed our episode 45 that we had Sarah Lynn on. We had a lot of good feedback. I got some good Instagram DMs talking about that episode and how people enjoyed it. So I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. We're glad that we could entertain you all that way. She also, Mike, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So today, literally like 10 minutes before we went live, she posted on her Instagram story that she forgot she worked on Scorch.
Oh,
she said a lot of it was already made, but the new parts that's what she implied that.
Interesting.
Yeah, that she put the new parts on there is what I took from her Instagram story. And she said she's going to post the 3D renders of it pretty soon. I'm going to check live to see if she did. But yeah, I wish she would have realized that last week so we could talk about that.
I would have gushed over that. He's the best one.
Yeah, I want to tell her, like, you made the best one. Like, all those added parts you put on there.
That makes all the difference. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is what she said. She said, this week in today's things I forgot I made, and it's a Scorch. This is a partial figure. Some parts were existing. I worked on a few years ago.
So does that mean she did the original version too?
See, I don't know. She said it's a partial figure. Yeah. Some parts were existing, so it could have just been
okay.
Like they could have just made the Republic Commando blank and then had people build onto that, but then release these first. Who knows how far in advance they actually have these molds? But she said a couple years ago, or a few years ago, technically.
Well,
so
it takes a while to make a Black Series figure. You know what I've always wondered about Ewoks, specifically their spears. What's this fur from? Is this Ewok fur? Are these other Ewoks that they've killed and put their fur? Is it fur that they've cut off their own body?
They have like bones and stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean,
and they have the hog. What's his name? The one that's Tebow. He has like a hog.
Yeah,
hat.
This guy. I just pulled him off the shelf because I wanted to compare Poplu and Tebow. They are the exact same body.
I'm gonna assume that they all like gang up on like some monsters on Endor, and then that's what the fur's from. I'm gonna assume they're not cannibals, but they probably
like I guess cannibal would be eating other Ewoks, because we know they eat people because they were going to.
They are definitely carnivores.
Yeah,
but they may or may not be cannibals. They probably are. They're crazy.
That's true.
Like, why would you waste dead meat? Would you bury the Ewok, or would you just eat it for lunch? Feed a tribe.
Man, I haven't done a Black Series video in a hot minute here, like a month and a half.
I went to go look at your videos, and the last one was like a month ago. I was like, dang, he's a podcaster now.
No, I've been busy. It's been really busy at work. I haven't been my best self for like the last month and a half, 2 months. I will not shy away from talking about mental health. It's been a real struggle for me, but I'm doing better. But between work, mental health, and then also just video games, like when I'm not working or spending time with my wife, I don't have a lot of free time to just do what I want. Like I'm never just sitting there not doing anything. So it's either, make a video, or do I want to play Jedi Survivor? Make a video, or do I want to play Zelda? And most of the time I would rather play video games than make a video. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But I think I might do a video on these 3 Ewoks.
On the Ewoks?
Now that I've got the 3 Ewoks.
You should.
I feel like I should.
You know what would be best for your mental health? Tell your wife you're done with the $300 a month budget. You're just going to go off the wall with purchases.
You know what's sad? It's June 1st as of this recording. We're recording this on June 1st. My monthly budget is already 2/3 gone on day one.
For June?
For June.
Oh, no.
Well, Luke's in chat. Luke posted that thing this morning with the in-stock next wave of Black Series figures.
I totally forgot about that because today at work was busy for me, so
I ordered those.
I totally forgot to look at that. How much was shipping on that?
$18, I think, but I don't count shipping for my thing. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Listen,
as a finance guy, that kills me every time. Every penny counts.
It doesn't for me on how I classify this, okay? We all have caveats. My wife and I both have caveats.
You are money laundering.
No, it's my own money.
Figure budget.
It's my own money. Anyways, so I bought that this morning, but then also I got an email saying that my first Darth Vader Hot Toys, the Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader pre-order that I did a year ago that I totally forgot about.
Is that shipping?
It's charging.
That's charging?
The first payment is charging this month.
I have not seen that email yet.
Oh yeah,
I am hyped.
So that's my first. That was $50. Then like 160 or whatever for the 6 figures. So that's like a third of my budget on the first day of
literally the first day.
I was talking with Dan about it this morning, because they also put some like GI Joes up for pre-order today. And what did he say? I'm gonna read this because it was pretty good. He's like, "Oh geez, you were forcibly cashed out of your budget in your first day. It's like your collection knocked you out and stole your lunch money." It's true.
Literally.
Yeah, it's true.
So what's going to happen if like, the whatever, like wave, well, I guess you just got the next Turn of the Jedi. Well, so like they drop a lot of pre-orders. So
yeah, well, pre-orders don't count because it counts when it charges, because you don't know when it's going to charge until it charges. So I put them tentatively in months so I can try to expect them. But like this wave, I had for like September, because that's what Entertainment Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So that freed up September money, which is great, and put it into June, which I didn't really have any pre-orders for in the first place. So unless something like crazy, well, I say that, but
that Luke and Grogu chrysanthemum is hopefully.
Oh yeah, those could pop up. If I go over a little bit, I'll just take it out in next month. Like Lily and I already discussed that. Like that's okay as long as I keep track of it, because you can't really control. Or I don't buy something. So those are.
I am gonna. If your wife ever gets
Yeah.
suspicious, I'm gonna audit your financials for you, and I'm gonna expose some
I'm getting
shit.
audited. But the problem though is, so today was kind of is GI Joe June is what Hasbro does, and they put up a couple pre-orders, which I'm excited about. There's a Trouble Bubble, it's a little vehicle anyway, but they also they announced on the 5th they're going to reveal the next GI Joe HasLab. So that might be an issue.
Yeah. Why go? Because you got to pay for those up front.
Yeah, well, you have to pay for it when it ends.
Yeah,
so
but that'll be like a month, right?
It's usually 45 days. So if it goes up, like let's say it goes up on June 5th, it won't end until like middle of July or whatever.
You got time.
I got time.
You can take some out of like August or September.
I could do that, or I can. It's also, we talked about, I could sell things to offset. So I've got options.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that's it's a real issue.
It is a real issue
for collectors. You know, I was looking at with the way that we've recently combined our like savings and our finances. So I've said we each get a monthly allotment now every 15th of the month. And with ICCC Con, I was like, half of that savings is technically what I was, that was like my cash. So I was like, I'm going to take, X amount. I think I took 500. Well, I gave Nate 200, but he paid me back. So I really took 300 cash. And then I was able to, I only spent like $100 on my card maybe, which was nice, of my own money essentially. And I used our savings for like the other 300. So that was nice to kind of supplement my, my like spend money.
Sure.
My blow money on that.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
Also, hey, Luke, thanks for the shout out. Luke says this month has been mentally brutal for him as well. And he tells me to stay strong. You too, buddy. It's important to talk about mental health because, when you don't talk about it, people feel like they can't talk about it. And that's when it can get like real bad. So, I started therapy. I don't know if I said that in the last, recently, but I started.
Therapy's good.
Started actual therapy. I'm taking medication. I'm doing a lot better. So, it's nice. It's good. But,
good to hear.
I don't want to not talk about it. I want to sweep under the rug. But, if anyone's ever having issues or wants to reach out, I'm here. You can talk. But we all have struggles.
So can I give you therapy on the podcast live on Black Series Cantina?
Sure.
My wife is a therapist, so I can do my best.
You're going to go in between?
I can bring my wife on, and we can Patreon exclusive.
My chair can go back pretty far if I need one of those laid back things or whatever.
Yeah. Well, she's technically child and family therapist, so
I'm both a child and a family.
Yeah, you fit right into that category. See that room? We're all children.
Oh,
all children.
So my first, I had my therapy session in here because it's where my computer is and stuff. And
it's virtual.
It's a virtual thing, and it's just like the first 5 minutes, she's asking me questions about my collection. I'm like, hold on, this isn't a weird red flag thing for you, right? You're not writing this down person is crazy because he has a room of toys. And it's just no, I genuinely think this is cool. So it was nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just feel like anytime I've ever been on a work meeting, I usually do that on Teams. You can do the background,
the virtual background or whatever. Yeah,
I feel like it would just be way too distracting on Teams or anything.
Yeah. I've had people ask me if this is a virtual background. If I took this picture off the internet, and I'm like, nope, this is what's really behind me. This is real.
That's awesome. Just take a figure and throw it at the wall to prove it. Watch them all crash.
See?
That's awesome. But yeah, everybody needs to talk about mental health.
Yeah.
Hopefully Black Series Cantina helps you listeners get through the day at work for a couple hours or two. I rely on a couple podcasts for getting through some of the dog days at work. So hopefully we can provide a little bit of that for you all. But yeah, that is a very important topic to discuss. So yeah, reach out to Mike or me, if you have any, if you need a chat.
And
My DMs are
I've had
always
like
open.
2 or 3 people reach out, asking me if I'm okay. Like, you haven't posted anything in a while. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, it's just a lot of work to make a video. When you're not feeling it, it goes from being like work to like an impossible task. It's just, especially when a much easier alternative of just sitting on the couch playing video games is there. But I'm not done. I'm not quitting YouTube, or I'm not done making videos or anything. Like, I'm still here. It's just, I guess I just needed a break, but I'll get there. So we're good.
Yeah. Full-time podcaster now. I like it.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Full-time podcasting. I do want to tell a story though. Again, since we're stretching time. I hope you're gonna enjoy this story. I hope people listening are gonna enjoy the story.
Shoot.
But back in beginning of April, I had a birthday. I turned 41. My wife got me this right here. This is a box for Transformers Masterpiece Skyfire. Skyfire is one of my favorite Transformers. He was a cartoon only character because the toy they made of him was called Jetfire, and he was just a reused Robotech. And they never really made like a Skyfire from the cartoon. So I was very excited for them to make an official Skyfire. And she got it for me. And I posted this on Instagram when I first got it. The leg broke, like it didn't even break off. It was just not attached when I got it. So like, that's a big deal. It's like a $300 toy. And the having a broken leg right out of the box sucked.
Yeah,
so I reached out to the place that I got it from, TF Stores, and I'm just like, I don't know what you guys can do, but like, I just got this, like, and they're like, yeah, we'll make it right, we'll fix it. It's not our fault. And I acknowledge that. I'm like, you didn't do this, like, this, it came from the factory like this. I'm not mad at you guys or whatever. But I shipped it back to them like the day after, and then they got a confirmation saying, okay, we received it like a week later. And like, we're going to ship you out a new one. A month went by, a month and a half went by, and I heard nothing from them. And I'm just, okay, like something's going. So I send them another email, and they're like, oh, we shipped it out. I don't know what the problem is. Like, we shipped it out. And then a week later, they said, oh, we just got it back. Apparently, it was refused. Why did you refuse it? And I'm like, I didn't refuse. I didn't get anything to refuse.
Oh, return to sender?
They reshipped it to an old address that my wife had on file.
Oh, damn.
But, like, it wasn't the address that they used to order it, that she used to order it in the first place. Because obviously I got it. So instead of checking or verifying, they just looked at what she had on file and shipped it out, regardless of whether it was right or not. And, basically we're lucky that whoever is living in a place we lived in, 2 years ago or whatever, just refused it instead of stole my toy, basically. So
yeah, that's scary. They could have easily.
Yeah. So it took a month and a half, but I finally got my 41st birthday present from my wife.
Nice. So it's like a 41 and like
41.12
or something.
Yeah.
Birthday.
1/6 or 1/8.
I don't want to do math right now.
All right, that's fair. Maybe 1/6. I can do math.
Sure.
Yeah, and that was my story. Yeah. That's all I got. Yeah.
But so when did you get that in the mail?
Oh, this week.
Oh, this week. Nice.
Yeah. Another thing.
So you finally got your 41st birthday gift?
I finally got my 41st birthday present, and it works. Like I opened it up. In fact, so again, I was talking with Dan. I name drop him a lot, but he's like the person I talk to every day. But I was talking with him about it. And he's like, "How's the new Skyfire? Does it work?" I'm like, "I don't know. Like I'm afraid to open it. Like I don't want to open it and have it be broken again. Yeah, it's right now. It's in the box. It's not broken." But it simultaneously is broken. So it's like Schrodinger's, Skyfire. It both is and isn't broken in the box that it is.
You got to get through that mental like step of like slicing the tape and opening.
Exactly. But no, eventually, eventually I opened it up and played with it, and it's fine. It's good. It's perfect. Yeah. So That's fun. That was a fun story. I hope everyone enjoyed that story about my birthday present coming way late.
I enjoyed it because I'm glad that you finally got your birthday present.
I do. I will say that TF Source, they made it right. They made a mistake, and it would have been nice had they just checked with me before mailing something out to make sure it's the right address or anything. Simple things like that. But it worked out.
Well, joke's on you. That's actually the same one that you got originally. They just sent it back.
They glued it back. They glued the leg on.
Yeah, they did some surgery. Or
now the
they didn't do anything.
That held the leg onto the thing was just
not open it.
Yeah, it wouldn't stay on. There's no way they did that.
So I did also want to talk about, before we got into our little activity discussion, that TVC R2 S4M.
Why are we talking about TVC Sam?
It's not about the figure. It's the fact that we need that in the Black Series.
Oh, 100%.
It's Return of the Jedi.
Maybe not R2 Sam.
Well,
but
I agree.
But we need an R2 with that tray.
We need the drink tray. And the fact that TVC got a beautiful one like yesterday or whatever it was. I'm a little jealous right now. I'm a little jealous because I was hoping the Return of the Jedi R2 would have that, and then they would release a mainline version of R2 without it.
I would have loved it 100% if they had done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, no, absolutely.
So hopefully they can reuse that new R2 mold and throw us a bone or a drink tray. Throw us a drink tray.
I know Sarah Lynn Reynolds can't do anything about this because she just sculpts things. She doesn't make decisions. But Patrick, Eric, Gene, someone's listening to this podcast, because there's someone out there that's responsible for just being in the community and getting feedback. There's someone on the Hasbro team that listens to this podcast. Probably. Maybe. Probably.
We have it on good.
Yeah.
A couple of listens. Yeah.
We need R2 with a drink tray. It's ridiculous that we didn't get that for Return of the Jedi. I'm not mad about it. Like, I get it. You had to make a decision. You went with what you had, probably budgets because it was a brand new R2. Like, I get it. But now you've made
it's gotta happen.
I'll buy another one. I'll buy another full R2. No, you know what? No extra access. Don't come with any arms. I don't care. Just the drink tray. That's all I need. Just give me an R2 with a drink tray. Make it removable. And we're good. I have plenty of places for extra R2s.
Yeah. If they re-release that R2 in the Return of the Jedi mainline,
oh yeah,
it's got to have the drink tray.
100%.
They can put it in A New Hope, Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones.
There's so many places
without a drink tray. If they do Return of the Jedi without the drink tray, we don't have any hope of getting it.
Yeah, 100%.
So hopefully we get that, but a little jealous of the TVC R2 Sam there.
That's a Cheers reference in case anyone didn't get that, because he's a bartender droid. And he's Sam from Cheers.
Oh, nice. I did not know that.
Oh yeah,
I did not know that.
It's Ted Danson's character.
You ready to get into our discussion here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I say we do it. So this is what we're gonna do, people. This was recommended by a Patreon member a long time ago, and we haven't gotten to it. I forget who it was. It might have been Pizza the Hut. I can't remember exactly. But what we're going to do is talk about figures that we want that are mostly reuse, that you could probably make in the Black Series.
Yeah.
Mostly on reuse. And then with some like we don't have like a specific number, like a rule, but you can throw some retooling in there, like a new head or something.
Kind of like the publication line where it's mostly reuse, but with some tweaks.
So I didn't research this enough as I should have because I was feeling a little under, and I was really busy at work today. But so I say we do it to where like you go first, then I go first.
Sure. Yeah.
Or and then
I only got alternate. 4, so maybe we can just do
4 also.
Okay, so maybe we could do a 5th one together where we just kind of spitball.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest we go through ours, and then afterwards we try to find another one.
Yeah. It was Pizza the Hut 24. It was?
Yeah, I'm glad I remembered. Yeah. He is here in the chat. So I thank you for the suggestion months ago. And
We're doing it.
I never forgot that. That's why people send me suggestions to the podcast. If we don't do it immediately, at some point when we have nothing to talk about, we'll do something.
This episode's for you, buddy. This is it.
We
this
appreciate
is your
it.
time.
All right, so Pizza the Hut, you get to pick who goes first, me or Mike. So put it in the chat.
Okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna sit here waiting 10 minutes for chat to catch up to the live thing. Okay.
So right now he's typing, and
yeah,
he's
no,
like,
so that's right.
He's deciding.
We're trying to fill time right now, waiting for him to choose. I guess. Did you have problems with this? Because I actually had problems with this. I realized that I am 100% not creative enough to do this on a professional level.
It was hard not to do like, oh, we need this clone.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, it's just the full clone body. And it was kind of hard to see like, could this be retooled into
100%
into something? So, but I have a good little list here with some notes.
I have mine. I made a digital list on my phone last night. List. Zach's going first officially.
I'm going first.
So
all right, sick. All right, I'm gonna go with Tarful, obviously using the upcoming body from Chrysanthemum. Yeah. No, let's use the skinny Chewbacca one.
Skinny Chewbacca. Let's do it. Oh yeah. And then they make a new one. New one. Yeah.
Make people mad. Yeah. Make the suckers buy it, and then make a new one to show that But for real though, I feel like you could reuse the entire body of Chrysanthemum, but you would only have to do the new head, and you'd have to do the new like chest, new hands for the knuckles.
Yep,
because he doesn't have those, and then do the new like he has a different chest and shoulder.
He has a different armor. Yeah.
And then just do his blaster. So new head, new weapon, new chest thing.
I think that's a good option because it's a like you said, it's a perfect mix of something they've already made for the most part.
Yep.
Same arms, same torso, same legs, different paint, but that's not a problem. Different hands, but that's not really a problem either. And then a new chest, which they've done before. Like, so that's really not, I think that's a slam dunk.
I feel like that's a really easy retool, and they could throw it in the like a Jedi, like a gaming grades for Fallen Order, or they could throw it in Revenge of the Sith, which would be most likely. All right, you're up. Tarful is my number one pick.
So I'm gonna start off with just a straight repaint because there's so many options here. I couldn't pick one, but like battle droids, like security droid, 9. You can make a named battle droid.
You could.
Like there's just, it's so ridiculous that the battle droid came out in 2019, so that's 4 years ago, and in those 4 years, we've only gotten like 4 repaints of the battle droids. We have the original, we have the heavy battle droid, the heavy gunner or whatever from the GameStop, the one. We've got the Genosian, so we have 5. Then we've got the we've got one from Jedi Survivor, and then we've got one from the other game, the
Republic Commando.
Republic Commando, yeah. So that's 5 unique battle droids that we've gotten from the game. So 100%, like we should be getting. There's like so many from just the Phantom Menace that we could get.
The one like the commander, like with the yellow, circle,
or the red one, the blue one. Like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, Pizza Hut. I think honestly, everybody in the chat, just throw them in there.
Yeah, throw some out for sure.
But wait until we're done, so
you don't want to step on our toes in case we already chose them.
All right, I'm up next. I'm gonna go BB9E. It's the black BB unit one from Last Jedi and Battlefront 2. So I feel like you could use the same BB-8 body, but then just do a new head where it's flat on the top.
I hope that they don't do that just by itself.
Well, yeah, they'd have to throw it in with like a
perfect thing would be a Galaxy's Edge pack.
Wait, is it? What droid did they do in one of those Galaxy Edge packs? Did they already do it? They haven't done BB-9E yet.
No, they haven't. 100% they haven't.
Okay, because I feel like there's a droid in one of those First Order packs. And I just got nervous that it is.
There's a mouse droid, and then there's a It's an R5 unit.
Is it astromech or something?
Okay, it's an
good.
astromech.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got nervous.
There's
there for a
not a BB9E. I can guarantee that.
All right, BB9E. That's one of the ones I came up with.
Yeah.
So same BB8 body and a
sure,
new flat,
but new head, new
head.
paint job. Absolutely, yep. That's perfect. So mine would be Return of the Jedi Boba Fett turned into Jodo Cast, who is a Legends character.
Okay.
You know, it's a guy that basically stole Boba Fett's armor, and like Boba Fett went to go hunt him down to get his armor back. But a repaint
Sounds
on there,
familiar.
Nice and easy. I think it would be a fun, unique repaint for Boba Fett. Easy to do, great character. Doesn't have to come with all the extra accessories. You know, he could just be the Boba Fett, like with the blaster or whatever. Put it in the publication line. There's specifically a comic, the Twin Ion, and is it Twin Engines of Destruction? Is what it is. Twin Engines of Destruction is what it's called. Like, easy peasy. So there's that. Oh, I do have 5. Never mind. I've got 5 right here.
There you go. Awesome. Pizza that says DJ with fin body.
DJ with a fin body. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, there's Rose with the First Order. There's DJ with First Order. Like all of those. I don't get why we didn't get those, but I do get it, but I don't get it.
Look, let's not talk about ones that will go straight to Ollie's, all right?
Hey.
Let's talk about cool ones.
Ollie's needs cool stuff too, okay? But it's your turn.
I had to mute myself. I made myself cough.
I know.
Laughing too hard. All right, so this one is kind of a low-hanging fruit because we've talked about it on the podcast, but I feel like I have to get it in before you inevitably say it. I'm going to go Imperial Gunner because I feel like it would be cool if they could make it new, but I feel like they could get away with using the Death Star Trooper for the most part, making it maybe like a new arm or at least throwing that patch on there. New helmet.
New helmet. And the helmet's the important part there. Make it shiny. Yeah. Yep.
Put that logo on the left shoulder. Get the new helmet, and we're good to go.
Mine is kind of in the exact same vein, but going a different direction. And mine's Garindin or Long Snoot, because you can use that exact same body for the most part, and just give him that snoot, give him that snooty head. Yeah,
a cape and a snoot.
Because I looked at what he's wearing, and it's basically just like kind of it's like a kind of a military Imperial suit. Like he was an Imperial spy.
Yeah, that's true. All right, my last one. A Gungan Warrior. And here's my breakdown. I feel like from Jar Jar, you can use the same legs. You can use the same torso, but you put a new overlay on it for the the battle armor. Yeah, obviously a new head. And then I think you can use the same upper arm. But on the Gungan Warriors, they have they have like a forearm shield.
The forearm thing, yeah.
But Jar Jar doesn't have that, so you'd have to make a new like forearm down, and then maybe the same hands or different hands depending on what weapon you give them. So I feel like they could do that, and you'd be able to use like 50% an old figure, or maybe like 60% old figure.
No, I would love a Captain Tarpals, honestly.
Yeah. So those are the 4 I came up with. I'll try to think of another one while you do.
Yeah, so I've got 2 more easily. First one, Kyle Katarn. I feel like you can easily do it by some mixture. And I didn't get too into this because I got distracted. But you could take like the Kanan Jarrus and maybe a little bit of like what's his face, the Cassian Andor. Mix some parts in there and you get like a smuggler Jedi guy. Like I figure
that'd be sick.
I figure that's doable. Obviously he'll need like a new head, but basically it's he needs the bandolier shoulder piece, and that's the important thing. As long as he's got that, people know who Kyle Katarn is, and that would be cool. And I've got one more that, since you only have 5, I'm gonna go again. And I added this at the end before we were starting, and that is Tobias from Solo in the Skiff Guard outfit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can take Lando.
That's a good one. That'd be easy.
Switch the hands out, like put a Tobias Beckett head on there.
That'd be an easy one to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just new hands, or you can use some old white hands.
Yeah.
Just grab some white person hands and
So grab some white dude hands.
yeah, that would work. All right, Wilbon says, I don't have any clue who
Joru's
this.
Kaboth. Yep.
I don't know who that is, but
He is from Heir to the Empire. He's the clone Jedi guy that goes crazy.
what about a Luke, like a Luuke?
Yeah, Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker. Yeah.
Could they make one of those? I don't know what the character really looks like because
He looks like Luke Skywalker. He's a clone of Luke. Because that was,
they can
and
just
this is
change the name.
no,
Perfect.
it's so stupid. This is one of those things from Heir to the Empire that just didn't age well because they didn't know what the Clone Wars was when Timothy Zahn wrote it. So he was just making stuff up. And one of the things that he made up was if they clone a person, because again, we didn't know what the Clone Wars was. We didn't know if they were fighting against clones, if they were fighting with clones, if they're just cloning everybody. Like no one knew.
Are they Jedi clones? Or
no one knew. Yeah, no one knew. I don't even think George Lucas knew. And I will fight you on that. George Lucas did not have any of the stuff planned out. He had some stuff planned out, but he did not. He did not know what the Clone Wars was when he wrote that dialogue.
If Star Wars would have failed, like he didn't. He started expanding on it once it was succeed. Yeah, once it was a success.
But one of the things from Heir to the Empire was if they clone a real person, the name of that person just gets an extra vowel added into their name, so you know that's the clone. Yeah. That's it. It's dumb. There's a lot of great things in the Heir to the Empire trilogy, the Thrawn trilogy, but there's a lot of really stupid things, and that is one of the stupid things. No matter, it was stupid then, but we didn't have anything to really compare it to. But it's one of those things that only aged worse, and it stopped aging. It started aging poorly as soon as the prequel trilogy came out. Like so really early on, because I think those books came out like 90, 91, 92. So within 10 years of those books coming out, they already started aging poorly.
You know, Timothy Zahn was at ICCC Con last year, but he wasn't there this year.
That's fine. I don't really care.
You could have told him that to his face.
I would have.
Your book's got old 5 years in, buddy.
5 years in, dude. Brian brings up a good shout out to the Empire. Snuva, which is just it's literally a Chewbacca dressed as a bounty hunter named Snuva, which was just a different bounty hunter Wookiee, and he had a weird short crew cut, and they did that specifically to justify
tell the difference, or
just to justify Chewie's different hair in Return of the Jedi. That was why they did it.
Interesting.
Yep.
I think so. I've been looking on Action Figure 411 here to come up with a new one. I feel like we could get some characters out of like that L.O. Asti pilot body.
Sure.
It might be the same as Pose, but I think it is. Is that the same one as Pose?
Let me find out.
It's pretty similar. I think the body's the same, just like some of the straps are a little different. But I feel like we can get some pilot characters off of some of these, like X-Wing. The X-Wing pilot body sucks, like the Luke one.
Okay, so no, the body is different.
On L.O. Oh, sweet. Yeah, they could use. Yep. I feel like they could use L.O. Asti's body for something.
L.O. Asti is one of those figures. He is a sleeper hit. Like a lot of people overlook him because he is a sequel trilogy character.
He's one of those ones that I wanted to pick up way back in the day, just kind of never found him, never bought him online, and then to this day I still want him. I haven't pulled
like he's got so many things going for him. Number one, he's a Beastie Boys reference. Like, come on. He's a cool looking alien. He is a X-Wing fighter pilot, so he's got a really cool like flight suit on. He's a really cool figure. I will fight anyone for this one.
L.O. Asti. Good old L.O.
L.O. Asti.
Let's see. Could they make anybody out of Wrecker's body?
Well, I feel like they easily could have made the clone commandos out of Wrecker's body, honestly. Whoever the Scar Trooper guy is, that's big, could maybe be made out of Wrecker's
Oh
body.
yeah, from that new
I can't remember his
team
name.
they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. They're called the what's their team? Like Mike
Task Force 99?
or Task Force. Yeah, because it's like the same.
Scar Squadron?
Yeah, yeah. I think that they'll probably will reuse that body for it if
They
they
could.
do
Yeah.
it. I don't see why they wouldn't save some money. You definitely can't do anything from Ned B.
They could make a super battle droid from Ned B. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
They could maybe make like another kind of droid. But do you think would they have to do a new head if they made Jaro Tapal? Or do you think they would just reuse the same one? I feel like they'd have to use a new head because he has different hair areas, right?
Yeah. No, they'd have to do. I know there are people. I'm pretty sure Landspeeder Luke has made a custom Jaro Tapal from.
There are some beautiful ones out there.
Yeah, there are some good ones. I mean, it's doable, but I feel like the level of like unique parts they had to put on him, it's not really reuse. Like it's using it as a base, but you're putting so much on there that it's basically a new figure rather than just straight reuse.
Yeah. I also feel like they could probably do a couple more things with that exposed mall body, the publication line mall we have.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all we'll have to do this again sometime if we think of some more for sure.
You know what I would like? In the 3 3/4 inch line, back when it switched over from Power of the Force 2 to Power of the Jedi. And one of the things they did was they released some like concept characters of Phantom Menace characters. So there was like a Sith apprentice Darth Maul, but he wasn't like the Sith apprentice Darth Maul that we got. Like look up Power of the Jedi Darth Maul.
Power of the Jedi Darth Maul?
Sith apprentice. Because I don't even know how to really like describe what he's wearing. It's like a bodysuit with like a weird neck thing.
Is it like a tan?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a weird collar on it.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I feel like that could just be an overlay to that figure.
It really could. I feel like they could take that same figure and then just put the tan or gold over him, sort of, and then make the new. He has kind of like a skirt, tunic thing.
So I think it'd be kind of fun to do like homages to those old. There was like an Arctic gear Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I mean, honestly, those episodes from the Clone Wars, whenever Anakin and Obi-Wan were all
those were
I don't know if those would have to be new, but I would be totally in on them easily. Everybody knows me, a new Anakin. I'll take any Anakin.
You hate Anakin.
He is awful.
He's a terrible character.
I almost brought this one up, but I didn't because I just feel like it's so easy. But I've always kind of wanted just take the Empire Strikes Back Vader we have and just retool a new helmet to where it has Luke's face in it and it's exposed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you can kind of have the Vader and Luke in it. That's always been on my list, but I feel like it was like too easy to bring up. Yeah. But it would be like it had to be a complete new helmet tool, which would be sick. And then just give us that same butterfly.
Wilbon brings up a good one. Mando body Kenobi from Clone Wars.
Yes.
I would eat that up. That would be figure of the year for me. In fact, like Pong Krell is moving down. I now need. You could even, and we can make it reuse all you want. Just take the Death Watch Mando body, paint it to whatever is accurate to what was on screen. Put an Obi-Wan Kenobi head on there. The one from the Clone Wars one from Target is fine. Removable helmet, jetpack, lightsaber, done. Easy.
You think I can just pop the head off this and put it on the Maul DeLorean? I don't know.
You could try. I mean, that could work for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, this Darth Maul is actually kind of neat. It's like, I wouldn't mind this in the Black Series. This would be one of those things that it doesn't really fit on the shelf, so I'd keep it sealed.
Sure. The Sith training one or whatever.
Yeah, I would pick it up.
Yeah.
I'd pick it up for sure. Yeah, some of those like concept figures I'd be down for.
Yeah,
I'd be
for
down
sure.
for sure.
I mean, more Ralph McQuarrie figures. Like they could easily
That's what they did.
turn
Yeah.
Garrett Zeb into a concept Chewbacca
Mm-hmm.
because that's where they got it in the first place.
Yeah, that is true. They could do that. Yeah, there's a lot of like, we're not even touching the tip of the iceberg with what they could do with reuse. It'd be a lot cooler if we had access to all the parts and we could put them together. And I made a mock-up. If I had a new head, I could do a mock-up. This comic book figure or whatever. But yeah, you got to be. A lot of people will say like figures like that are lazy, but it's actually you have to be super creative to come up with that.
Absolutely. When you have to work on a budget, it's actually really interesting to see how creative you have to be to come up with something reusing parts that you have. Another cool one, this is in the same vein, it came out at the same time, but Brian also brought it up, is the Jedi training gear Qui-Gon. Look that one up because it's a cool look for sure.
He's wearing black, right?
Yeah. He's got like pointy shoulders and stuff. Like he's a cool looking Qui-Gon. I would love a 6-inch version of that.
Yeah, I've seen this figure before. He's got like really cool shoulder pads and like black armor.
Yeah.
That'd be a day one for sure.
Speaking of people calling Hasbro lazy, did you see that Reddit post that I sent you? That's the chat.
Yeah, it was the I'm blanking on now where. Yeah, he had like 30 downvotes. I went in there and backed you up. I made a comment on there too.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So this guy on Reddit, he's not complaining. He sees on the Din Djarin Morak figure that it has the 2 holes in the back, and his first thought is, "Oh man, I wonder if that means they're going to turn this into anything else. I can't wait to see what it is." And people, they're
going to make a new figure out of this one day.
Exactly. So he sounds excited about this prospect, but then in the comments, people are like, "Well, actually, this is the new figure. The holes are from the Mud Trooper Han, the Min Min Han, because it had the mask that plugged into there."
And he's talking about the Din Djarin and the new Din Djarin. Yeah.
And he immediately just flipped the switch. Oh, lazy Hasbro. Like being 100% serious. Like, hold on, you were excited for what they could do with these. And now
you're getting said reused figure, but now it's lazy. Now it's
100%. It's so weird how you went from, "Oh, I'm so excited to see what they can do with this," to lazy Hasbro. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, they definitely could also make like the concept stormtroopers, and then also
they are the TK stormtroopers from Bad Batch. And I want a TK trooper from Bad Batch. So it's weird. I mean, I guess the McQuarrie one would come with like obviously the McQuarrie style lightsaber that's kind of white.
Yeah.
And then also it would come with a shield because the TK stormtroopers don't have shields. So there'd be some slight differences, but they did basically just take that McQuarrie art and turn it into a stormtrooper.
Yeah. I've been rewatching Rebels, not like all of it, but I've been going through the important parts of it. And
it's all important, man. Come on.
It's like, well, no, it's not.
Especially once you get past season 1, it's all important.
Okay, the filler. I'm skipping the what do they call it? It's like the squeaking pig thing. What's that thing called?
Orlando?
Yeah. What's that
called? You skipping the Lando episode? I don't know what it's called, but I love the Lando. Lando's great.
The puffer pig.
The puffer pig. Yeah, he was hunting for stuff. They made him all big because he scared him.
Well, I've been like watching the meat of the seasons, like the last 4 or 5 episodes, because I know what happens through it. I just wanted to see like the Ahsoka and Vader stuff, because I'm trying to like do some Ahsoka watch before the Ahsoka show.
Catching up for Ahsoka, yeah.
But I oddly started watching Rebels before I did some Clone Wars, because I feel like I've rewatched those last 4 Clone Wars episodes like 20 times, so I know it's all ingrained in my head, and I haven't actually rewatched some of the Rebel stuff in quite a while. So, but yeah, That's one thing we have coming up is the Ahsoka show. We probably only have a couple more Cantina episodes before the Ahsoka show because we do every other week.
Yeah,
we got probably 4 more episodes or 4 or 5
something
episodes.
like that.
And then,
We have basically 1 more in June, 2 in July, and then it starts in August, right?
Well, technically we have 2 in June because you know how if you get paid every other week,
that's right.
There's 2 months out of the year where you get 3
you get
paychecks.
3. Yeah,
you get an extra paycheck there. It's usually June and November, I think. But yeah, so if you're a loyal Black Series Cantina listener,
that's true. Our next one's going to be on the 20. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you get 3 episodes this month. So
that's right.
That's like a bonus episode if you think about it.
It's true, and it's a bonus episode.
And Wilbon, we do got to record your episode here soon, so I'll get with you on when's the best time for that. Would love to talk about ICC Con some more on there. Depending on when we do it, Mike might be in LA, but if he's available, I'm sure he'll hop on. But I say, what do you say we go ahead and pop in our audio from ICC Con?
Sure. So this is going to be not me. For all the people that, if you're just here for me, you can just tune out, honestly.
Wow.
I'm not in this. I wasn't there. But you can listen to Zach talk with Justin and this guy named Nate. Someone named, I don't remember the 4th guy, honestly.
Are you kidding me?
It was something like Sky, something, I don't know.
Lucanus Monster joined us. Lucanus Monster. That was him. That was his face.
He was there?
He was the Lucanus.
With the hair?
He spent all his money in 10 minutes. That's Lucanus.
I'm kidding. I know it was, I knew it was him. You talked about he had his little coaster thing, his little stand. Yeah. So anyways, that's coming. So if you're excited about listening to that, you're going to listen to it right now. Bye.
Hello there. I'm Zach from the Black Series Cantina podcast. You can also find me on Instagram at the Star Wars Black Series. We're here at ICC Con, having a great time. I'm joined by Lucanus Monster, Nate from Out of the Basement.
How's it going, everybody?
And Justin from Out of the Basement.
Sup, guys?
The classic. So we're just here enjoying the con. We were here all day yesterday for the VIP day, which was fabulous. It's very important to be there on the VIP day.
Yeah.
There's no shoulder traffic walking around the booth.
True.
And meeting the celebrities and stars. There's no lines whatsoever. And Saturday's been fun too.
Yeah.
And the whole weekend's going to be a blast. Yesterday, we met Ian McDermott, had some signatures.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That was great. We'll get into a little bit of that later.
Yeah.
So how are you all enjoying the con?
I'm good. This is my first Star Wars convention ever, so I picked a pretty great one to start out with. OT is my priority, so it was fantastic to meet Ian McDermott and get his signature on the new, because I know we have some Black Series fans from our Discord watching in the chat. Yeah. So I did, in fact, Nate did too. Mm-hmm. We got the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi carded Black Series Emperor Palpatine figure. And we have a theory that since this is a brand new figure and it is the first, hopefully first time that Ian ever saw it, like specifically the Black Series one, because we got the figure pretty early, because he was like, what is this?
Yeah.
It literally just came out.
Right. So I think it's probably safe to say we have the first ones to get signed. And it was awesome having him like look at the figure and he was like, oh, great details. Like,
Yeah, that was awesome. Lucanus, how's your ICC Con experience been so far?
Yeah, it's been great. This is my first con ever, so it's been a lot of fun, and it's been really nice to spend it with all of my fellow Black Series YouTubers here as well. So.
Yeah, that's important to point out. We all know each other, and we are all friends, and we are all essentially Black Series creators.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're on Instagram, Lucanus Monster on YouTube, and then Nate and I are Out of the Basement on YouTube. So.
I love just walking around the con looking for all the Black Series deals, like 20 and under deals. There's been a lot of those.
Yep. It's really nice to see all the different cosplays too, and all the different droids and everything like that. Like it's super fun to see the hard work that people put into their costumes, and it just looks so awesome.
The droids have to be so skilled to build those droids.
Right.
It's literally insane.
Yeah, especially like the couple choppers we've seen where like the arms come out of the head and like actually move around. Like that's really cool to me.
It's crazy.
Yeah. The helicopter. I haven't done the helicopter ride. What do you all think?
I hear it.
We hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting in that helicopter.
Not getting in the helicopter.
Absolutely not.
I'd think about it, but
Yeah, I mean, I consider it.
You're getting in.
I consider it.
Yeah.
So what's been your favorite part of the con?
Well, because there's kind of the two halves to it. There's like the more Star Wars actor celebrity side of it, and then there's the trying to find deals and looking at all the figures and all the collectibles and everything. Obviously, like the celebrity side of things was great, like seeing the Rebels reunion panel and then Ian's panel as well. So that was super cool to see. And getting it signed by him was awesome. There was a total nerd moment, probably the nerdiest thing that's ever happened in our lives.
We got to tell that story.
Ian was signing like all these Funko boxes and just signing away. And then I think he saw us and he was like, "Oh, those are like real fans,
Real nerds."
you know." So
a group
he
of
looked
nerds,
at us
right?
and he gave us that little smirk and then he was like, and we
we
just
all
like,
like-
reacted immediately to it, you know, just so had to do it for him though.
Yeah, it was awesome. And also getting to meet Simon and Femi, the puppeteer for Max Rebo, and then, of course, the Ula actress, both incredibly nice, like taking the time out to actually like have a nice, decent conversation with us about random stuff. And it was cool to find out that Simon prefers the two-armed Max Rebo as opposed to the four-limbed diaper Max Rebo.
He's not a fan.
Yeah.
Insane.
So it was really cool to like just ask his opinion on, you know, stupid stuff like that, just like really trivial information.
Luganus, how's your wallet doing?
oh, it's empty. I found a lot of great deals, so I'm really happy about that. It's been incredible to go around to all the booths and find all the great Black Series deals. My wallet's not a fan, but yeah, it's been super cool. I know there's a lot of different sets, like San Diego Comic-Con sets and first edition stuff that you wouldn't normally see in person. That was really cool to see, and absolutely loved the celebrity panels as well. I grew up watching Clone Wars and Rebels, so to see the Rebels panel there, it was a blast, and it was really cool to see that in person. So
Yeah, so since we talked about the con a little bit, let's talk about some of our favorite things we picked up from the con.
Oh, sure.
Personally, the Commander Obi-Wan for $50 sealed.
Yep.
That's
was
a
pretty
steal.
insane. The Minban Trooper for $20.
Yeah.
Like, if you're watching this either live or post during the podcast, you have to come to ICCC if you're in the region next year. You just have to. Like, you don't have a choice. There's so many great deals. Like, you got to meet. We have like a whole group, like 13, 15 people, whatever it's walking around with. Like, it's fantastic. There's so many good deals on the floor. All the vendors are really nice.
Yeah.
The stars and celebrities are really nice.
And it's like you can't even do just one lap around and see everything, even on your second lap,
Yeah.
because we've encountered vendors that are putting stuff out afterwards. We've already like looked, and then we come back and there's different stuff
Yeah.
out. So it's just like, it's like a constant circle of just going and making laps and trying to find new pickups, new deals, digging
Just-
through the loose figures.
It's so hard not to spend money because we literally walked to the car and I left my bag in the car
Yeah.
and saying, okay, this is going to incentivize me to not buy anything. And then we go out and I spend $60 more and the bag is right over there.
Right.
So what are some of your all's favorite fine editions?
So I've just been looking for deals because monetarily I was more focused on the signature aspect of things, not so much figures. Because for Black Series, I'm caught up. We're all pretty much caught up, but there's always army builders to find. So I found the Phase 1 clone for 15. I found another Hoth Rebel Soldier for 15. And then I forgot what the third one was. What was that third one?
We can't remember. We were talking
It's
about
the ACCT pilot.
Yeah, because
That's right.
that was a Target exclusive peg warmer back in the day, and then years later, now it's rare. Of
Right,
course,
like,
we
remember-
passed on it.
Remember how often we passed on it and would like specifically comment about how we don't want it, and then
Yeah.
like both of us ended up
Just a
picking.
Scarab Trooper repaint.
But then we both ended up picking it up
Yeah, we're like, "Oh."
on this at ICCC.
Yeah. Another one of my favorite moments is like meeting up with all of our fellow creators that are all back here.
Appreciate the
1313
support.
boys,
Yeah.
Hunter, we got Obi-Shan, Skywalker, Hybrid Toy Reviews, Wilbon, it was just so awesome to find Luke Monsters right here at the panel with us. It was so
Shout out to
awesome
Hunter.
just to, yeah, I said Hunter. Just to meet up with everyone that we've been interacting with online for years and years and years, and now we finally all linked up, got some Nashville
Pool
family-owned barbecue yesterday. So it's
Pool
just
party
been-
last night?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
yeah. No, but it's just been a great experience so far. The actors, Femi Taylor, she's super enthusiastic. That's kind of the vibe I got from the Star Wars actors that are here. They want to be here. This is my first con. I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of didn't know if they're going to be like, oh, yeah, these normal people, these nerds. But they all seem like they really want to be here, and they're so happy and very enthusiastic, like high energy, willing to answer questions and stuff like that. So that was super cool to experience for sure.
Nate, what are some of your favorite Jabba's Palace TVC pickups or Tower of the Force?
The Palace and the Cantina have both expanded greatly. I think Woo Her, that's a big win. I've been looking for Woo Her for a long time.
And these are all like good $10, $12 pickups.
Yeah. So I really didn't get too much Black Series. It's all just like 3 3/4 inch stuff. But yeah, like Tanis. I got a second skiff guard or a second skiff TVC skiff, so I can now put the other different random background aliens because there's 2 skiffs in the sail barge scene. So it feels nice that I'm going to be able to actually like fully build that out as well. So that's easily like my favorite. And it was only $45, which was a steal.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
I was super, super stoked to have that.
Lucas, what are some of your favorite fine additions?
Yeah, I was really happy to find a white box Mando for what I thought was a fair price. I know the number 94 Mando was the first ever Black Series figure I picked up, and it was my first ever video on the Lukeness Monster channel. So I was really happy to find the white box first edition. And I also found a it was Star Wars Celebration 2018 Obi-Wan limited edition one, which I was actually supposed to go to SDCC that year, and I got snowed out. I couldn't drive on the roads. So so I was really happy to finally get that figure. But yeah, a lot of cool pickups.
Yeah, I noticed you were like 5 minutes in, you came up to us and was like, yeah, all my money's gone.
Yeah, literally. It was before whenever we met him, he was like, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was already done.
My first lap, I was most of my money right there.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta act on that first lap around, because I missed out on 2 3 3/4 inch figures that I was really adamant on getting, and I was like, they'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, there's really no.
And then of course
you consider it's gone.
Yeah, we go back today and both figures were gone, so I was like, yep, should have just bought them as soon as I saw them, because now I'm just like, well, that's the end of that.
Yeah, and I'm glad that the one figure I was kind of looking for, hoping to get a good deal on, was the Hutt Slayer Leia, from the Orange line way back in the day. They're probably not going to do again.
Right.
And now is very expensive, and $60 loose, complete. I'll take it since I was looking for it here.
Yeah.
It's worth the experience. I'm glad I found it. Shout out to Wilbon for finding that for me.
Yes.
And then making sure, guarding it so no one else buys it, essentially playing security guard for me.
Nice.
So I was glad that was a good pickup.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked to get the 2 Bandai model kits that I picked up as well, the Han and Luke in Stormtrooper disguise, just because I've been waiting on those pre-orders for so long, and they just would not ship. I've literally had them pre-ordered for almost 2 years, and neither of them have ever shipped. So it was nice to get them, and they were already pre-built. So I was like, cool, I don't even have to do the building part.
Yeah.
Because they both have photoreal, the Bandai version of photoreal. So they do have really solid head sculpts.
And one of the great things about walking around the con with 13 people in a group is if you're looking at something that's 45, somebody taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, I just saw that for 35 at another booth.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you just go buy it.
We're all looking out for each other, trying to find the best possible deals.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, there's some vendors, that want to talk about some of the deals that.
Yeah.
There's one specific booth we won't get into really.
No.
But there were some classic, con moments like, I'm so sorry, but I forgot the character's name from Daredevil, but we ran into him.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Yeah, which Nate and I, we both love Netflix Daredevil. Like we were kind of, very stale on MCU. And we ran into him in the taco truck line.
Yeah, that was, I forgot about that.
Because he just had a brief window of time, so he asked if he could go in front of us to order his tacos, and we were like, yeah, sure, like no problem at all.
Get your tacos, man.
Yeah.
But
He's on a time crunch.
Right.
Yeah, we started a conversation with him, and we were kind of chit-chatting about our thoughts on the MCU that kind of aligned with him.
Yeah.
Because on our streams, we always get crap for saying that Netflix Daredevil is the best Marvel project that they've done since the Raimi trilogy. And he was like, I don't disagree with that.
Yep.
So that was super cool that we just, random happenstance got to chat with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, talking to just like those moments where you run into the celebrities, like the stars, when they're not at their table, like when Family Taylor's just walking by, or like Stephen Wilding just walks by you and you look up, he's just so huge playing the Rogue One.
Yeah.
Later, and like all those moments were really good. But the great moments are just like spending the time with other content creators and all that. So, Lucas, what's been your favorite part of being at ICC?
Yeah, I think I got to go with the celebrity panels. It's really nice to I guess see them from a distance and actually see them in person, and obviously hanging out with all you guys. It's been a blast. So
Yeah, I do got to say, whenever Ian was asked what his favorite movie is,
Yeah.
I love that everybody, like the crowd erupted when he said Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Like that just like brings joy to my
It
heart.
totally makes sense. He had the most to do in that
Yeah.
film.
Right.
It's almost his movie, kind
It
of.
really is.
He's a huge part of the film, so I'm not really surprised that he would say Revenge. And, I mean, it's Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Best prequel. Easy.
Yeah, it was pretty funny too that he said his favorite quote like right now is "I love democracy."
Yeah. Yeah. So I like that they talk about things that aren't so Star Wars focused too. So I like, they do other stuff.
Yeah.
But how cool was it that on VIP day on Friday that we just walked in the room, Ian was sitting there signing something for one guy.
Right.
Yeah, no
And
line.
then we were there with Ian for like 10 whole minutes, sort of getting everybody's signatures and just have that intimate interaction with him.
Right.
Being able to ask him a question.
Yeah.
I forgot what Wilbon asked him. His favorite production, and I think he said Revenge of the Sith, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He's consistent.
He's consistent.
That's right. Yeah, it was really cool to have like a moment where there wasn't like a huge crowd of people around us, like
Right.
to meet Ian, because I'm sure that was not the case today.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you have him write on your card?
So the quote I chose was, I just went with the classic, was the "So be it, Jedi."
That's what I had him do last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got super specific with him. I was like, good, comma, like I included the comma. I can feel your anger, of course. I can feel your anger.
Last year, I told him to do "So be it, ... Jedi." So
Yeah,
he put the 3 dots on.
Yeah,
But this year,
he did the 3 dots on mine too.
this year I had him do "I can feel your anger." So I didn't have him do the good, but I still got the "I can feel your anger."
Yeah. So shout out to ICCCon for approving our press pass approvals. Because
Absolutely.
that Friday was really nice to be here. It was
Yeah,
super cool.
definitely.
Yeah.
Very surreal.
Yeah. Next year, are you going to hopefully maybe get some signatures?
I'm hoping. Yeah, we'll see. It depends on the people showing up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was cool to see the Rebels reunion. I wish Ashley could have made it, but she was here last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year was the Clone Wars reunion for ICCC. It's so cool to watch the growth of the con because this is all their first time, but I was here last year,
Right.
and it was in a hotel wing, and it was still really big for being a hotel wing. It was like multiple rooms, multiple wings, but like the podcast room was just like a side room, and now it's its own.
Yeah, so this is like the first time it's been in this?
Yeah, this
Because it's like huge. You go outside and it's like a little village of
Even the-
ICC.
even the panel room wasn't that big, and now they have like
Okay.
a whole barn-sized. You can fit an airplane in there if you need to.
That's really cool.
So that's
really
awesome. But I think our time is about up. I've had a great time chatting with you all. Thanks for joining me up here on the podcast
Yes,
stage
of course,
at
of
ICCC.
Of course.
If you're out there and you want to come to ICC next year, please do. Let's meet up. I met a lot of people last year at the con that I ran into this year and
Right.
talked with. So I'm Zach from Black Series Cantina podcast, joined with Nate
See you guys next time.
Justin from Out of the Basement.
Yeah, see you guys later. Out of the Basement on YouTube.
And Luke Monster. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, see you guys later. Luke Monster on YouTube.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was our 20 minutes we had at ICCCon. Had a blast. I was fairly nervous about that because
Why? Because you're in front of people?
no, we did have a good crowd and we got a lot of views. Like our views were up there with like the celebrity guest stars
Really?
that were on the podcast stage, and like a lot of the other podcasts that I maybe don't have as big as a following or whatever. They were getting like 90 views, but like me and the Out of the Basement boys spammed it to like all of our, like their Discord, our Facebook page. I put it on my Instagram story and posted about it, so people clicked it. We got like almost 300 views on that, and a lot of the other celebrity stars. Yeah, we had 18 comments on it. We had people in the live chat, which if you watched live on most of the other ones, there were like 2 viewers, and one of them was the guy recording it on the camera, watching it. So. Yeah, we had people in and actually commenting live, which was awesome. But the reason I was fairly nervous is because coming on here and talking about figures, it's a lot more relaxing. Like I get comfortable. Like I see you sitting there. It just puts me like sort of in the zone.
Yeah.
But I've never had to really play the role of like chat moderator, sort of, where you have to like make sure somebody's done speaking and then not jumping in and interrupt them. And then like
It's tough.
keeping the conversation flowing to be like, all right, Nate just talked. Maybe I should bring over here to Lukeness. Maybe do I talk for a minute here? What question do I bring up? Have I already asked this question? Like halfway through it, I was literally thinking they're like, what haven't we talked about? But that 20 minutes went by insanely fast. So I think
20 minutes is nothing. Absolutely. Yeah.
like I swear we just started talking and then I saw the guy give me the wrap signal and I was like, oh man, that went quick. But I had a blast, and I can't wait to do it again next year. But I do want to thank all those guys those 3 for joining me on the podcast stage. Another shout out to those people that I ran into at ICCCon. Skywalker Hendricks, Will Bond hung out with us all weekend. 1313 podcast, of course. Lukeness Monster, thanks for coming on the show. We do need to get the 1313 boys.
Oh, we definitely need them on here.
Maybe individually.
Yeah, I think 3 is a lot at one time.
Yeah, what's the old saying? Like 3's company, 4 is a crowd, or something.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think the one time we had Justin, Nate, and we had it was just tough to figure out who to talk, when to talk, and for me it was tough to edit because it's like a lot for my computer. It's a lot of files.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I think going forward we'll just have like the Out of the Basement boys, and then we need to have Luke on again because I've 3D printed all this stuff, and I want to talk to Luke about 3D printing again. So he's gonna have to come on soon, but we definitely need all those people on. But yeah, I think. Do you have any like? You said you're gonna work on an Ewok video. You got any other?
Yeah,
plugs
now
there?
that I got Poplu here, I'm probably gonna work on him sometime this week. I don't have any plugs other than that. No, I got nothing. You can follow me on social media if you want to. I've got years of content you can go watch if you want to. Years. It's all. It doesn't go away. So you can check out my YouTube, Mike Case. It's just I got tons of lists and reviews and stuff. You can watch me get drunk and talk about Transformers if you want.
Hell
That
yeah.
sounds like something you want to do. Or high.
right.
I did that a couple times.
Wilbon, you can't be suggesting stuff at the
No, not at the end.
The
We'll
closing segment.
Yeah, we'll save that for the future because I feel like we've talked about HasLab wish list predictions.
We have.
We have, unless we're talking GI Joe, in which case it's gonna be a Dragonfly. I mean, anyone that's paying attention knows the next GI Joe HasLab is gonna be the GI Joe Dragonfly. It's just a fact. Probably gonna have Wild Bill with it, and that's cool. But whatever, it's fine.
Would you back that?
Yeah, probably. It's like this big helicopter.
So for me, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at the Star Wars Black Series. You can go check out. I posted like a 1.5-minute video on Instagram. I made the mistake. I posted a 2-minute video to TikTok, and normally I just post the same videos. But then I tried to post it to Instagram, and it only said you can only do a minute and a half on Instagram Reels. So I had to make a new one, like slightly edited down. So go watch those videos. Check out some of the cool stuff. I forgot to bring this up. I really wanted to talk about this. So real fast, $90 quote unquote first print edition Blue Line Yoda. What do you think about that? $90 for the Blue Line Yoda, and the dude was calling ridiculous. It the first print. Like
it's ridiculous. It's a terrible figure. It's a terrible version of a terrible figure.
It goes for like $20 on Amazon and eBay.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
There was that person's booth was wildly out of touch with prices. Like $50 for the client. Like, are you kidding me? Had $35 for the Ewok Village Leia. But overall, at every other booth, prices were pretty fair. That one specific booth was awful. So yeah, go check out my Instagram and TikTok to check out videos from ICCC. Also, go check out all the vlogs from out of the basement. You get to see my basement, and you get to see my dog. My dog makes a special guest appearance in it.
That's right.
Luke Ness and Skywalker Hendricks and 1313, they all have vlogs of the weekend also. What else we got here? We have merch if you want to buy a mug or a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
That's Black Series Cantina.
Now we got to make an RIP PFP shirt.
Yeah, we do. What's the website? We do that on Teespring. But I think you can get the link through my Instagram.
Yep.
Also, follow us on Twitter at TBS Cantina. Join our Facebook group, which we're most active in there. It's just Black Series Cantina. You do have to answer a couple questions, but we mostly approve everybody. Join us on Patreon if you want to help support us get to Japan. And if you want to join us live, you can join the $11.38 tier. That's a Cantina band member. Or the $5 tier gives you access to the video of the show on YouTube through Patreon. And the $2 tier is a general support tier. And we thank everybody for everything they give. Email us if you come across an article or anything, or you want us to talk about something on the show. That's blackseriescantina@gmail.com. And I am done talking because I am sick and my throat is getting really dry.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for listening to us. We'll see you in 2 weeks with hopefully some Black Series news. Cross our fingers. Bye.